Hello, welcome back, everybody, to our game. I don't know.
Sick.
But
Almost a
been
year
almost
and
a
we
year
still
past.
can't do it.
I don't know, man. Every time I start talking to somebody who isn't the five, how many of the five of you? I just get incredibly self-conscious. I can't help
Okay.
it. All right. I immediately just get rid of
you need
it.
to think up your own intro here, Traveler.
Sure, I'll think up something. So when last we left off, after a flight through a forest from the city of Riscoperton, and then a fight with some wandering killers, you've been riding hard away from some time now, just randomly in the northwestern direction, and you've just come to stop for the night. Campfires have been lit, bedrolls have been laid out, and yeah, that's where we are. I do believe that it is now time for a lot of questions that people have for certain other characters.
What questions? That's no such thing. What are you talking about?
You don't need to ask questions.
I mean, if you guys don't want to talk, that's fine. We can just keep. You guys can just keep going northwest. That's
So
also
Ilia,
fine.
respectfully, what the fuck was all that? I mean, I know I got my issues, and all of y'all have been exposed to it by now. But care to elaborate, explain? I mean, first of all, whoever the fuck he was, at least that guy has a gun, and I thought all of these, and I'll pull it out and show it. I thought all of these were controlled by Lady Powder, her associates, and other high-ranking Soulborn, and the people working under them, but apparently not. So, and that other lady, what the, Ilia? A little explanation here, please.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of owed that. So first, let's start with the question of Traveler. Specifically about the gun. He always used those, right? That wasn't new, or was that a new
That
thing?
specific one was new, but he's definitely used guns before. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not surprised that he pulled out a gun.
No, that specific one and the crazy things it did, it was new to you, but a gun was not.
Okay. Well, the man that is my brother, or half brother, step brother, whatever. I don't fucking know, honestly. He was taken into the monastery a couple years after I got there. He's always been kind of a fan of the guns, but that one, and she kind of points at the one you have now. That one I've not seen before, so that caught me kind of off guard. As for the woman, that was Savis. That is my sister. A lovely, lovely woman who I hope we don't run into again, but we probably will. um, yeah, you said it. You said it quite well earlier. How we've been dealing with your bullshit, as you said. Well, here's mine. My siblings want me. Well, I imagine they want me dead, but if they wanted to kill me, they would have just done it. As you saw, they do consider me a bit of a traitor, and I kind of am. But I'm not a complete piece of shit anymore, basically. I'm gonna assume you're not gonna be happy with just that.
Yeah, that's a start.
Yeah.
I mean, did you
You're a
know that they
traitor.
had access to the like magic town things? Because, like, we've seen that before, and if that's something you knew about, it's pretty fucked up to not have said.
Especially, like, I don't know, the moment we saw them way back in the aisles, or especially when we were in Apponix's tower, we saw them. Nothing, just tight lips and look,
Sunken
puppies.
I didn't know they used those creatures. That's the first time I've seen them use them. As well as do favors for other people. That was new. It's not really a thing we did.
Whatever those beasts were, they are abominations of nature.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
abominations either way, whether nature or not. Like I said, I've never used them, and I've never seen my family use any of them.
So maybe it's something they got with making a deal for a favor.
I mean, they said they were doing a favor. It could be they got them from that. I mean, they came after us, and it looks like you, and she kind of motions towards Baron. Maybe they just kind of borrowed them, but I don't know. I really don't.
Well, whoever that Orvis, what was his fucking name?
Osriel, but he's gone by a few different names. He might be using something new now.
Whatever. He didn't want me because way
What do you mean?
before you guys had the chance, he had me strung up in a tree with all of my weapons gone. If he wanted to kill me, if he wanted to take me, I'd be gone, and none of y'all would have known. I'm not holding that against you, but he didn't want me. Because if he had wanted me, dead or alive, I would have been gone. He had me paralyzed, tied up in a tree. If it wasn't for the stupid tricks that I have, then I'd be dead or gone. So he might have
To
been
be fair,
hired.
you didn't go outside by yourself. I mean, safety in numbers. You kind of put yourself in a predicament to get captured or assassinated.
But he didn't. He didn't take me. He didn't kill me. So regardless of if he was on doing a favor for somebody or whatever, he did a shit job at it. And from our fight with him immediately following, I'm pretty sure he's pretty decent at doing those types of jobs.
Well, right. It really depends what the favor and who it was for. Because if we assume it was the Onyx family, why didn't he just nerf you right then,
Knock me out or just take me.
or just kill you and drag your
Yeah.
body? Like
Exactly.
all of that was, if that was his option, why didn't he do it? So clearly there was either he got wrapped up in knowing that Ilia was here, and
And I was
didn't
just
want to
opportunity
finish
and
the
bait.
job. Right, or that wasn't the job.
So I think the biggest question is, what were they actually after if all they wanted was what you had on you?
I mean, unless they think getting rid of the scroll was a trick, and they thought you still had it.
Yeah, but then why not sneak into the cave where we all were?
Maybe
Like,
that
why
was
not?
Because
The-
they didn't always do things sneakily. He was kind of an exception in terms of sneaking around.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
More of a loud and proud group.
didn't your sister say, I know how to follow orders? She made it seem like this wasn't their plan,
It could have
and
just
that
been a
your brother
family.
flipped around.
It could have just been a family call, taking the opportunity since we were nearby. But
But like, what? I'm just confused because we were pretty spent at the end of killing your brother, and if your sister is as bad as you say she is, why didn't she just come in and finish the job on all of them?
yeah,
Like, not
Then
to
also
deny
didn't
that she should have done that because I'm happy to be alive, but she definitely could have.
well, and
I
also
mean,
didn't
if they wanted to truly kill us, they would have. They wouldn't have just come in with 1 to 2 people.
Right.
It would have been all
So
of them.
then, in your opinion, why didn't they? Why
What
were
was
they
their
here?
plan? What's their goal?
Because you know far more about this than we do. My only possible connection to them was this that you've seen, chasing me from Risk of Breton. That's it. That's my connection. You all know that I don't have anything. I'm pretty sure the Onyx family knows that I don't have the scroll anymore. That fucking Badger sure knows. So, at this point, give us an idea, if you would, Ilia, as to why they were after us.
To be honest, I think it may have just been opportunity. They were clearly doing something in Risk Breton for some sort of favor. I don't know exactly what, but some sort of favor.
Or receiving
And
some sort of favor.
we, and specifically I, was nearby.
Yeah.
They just took a chance to, torment me a little bit. Remind me that I still exist.
Did you?
I don't. I really don't know.
You pulled a letter off your brother, didn't you? Do you know what did it say? Did that give you any insight?
I'm also trying to find the notes where I wrote down what was in the letter.
And actually, this brings up a good point. He had to have been tracking us from Risco Breton. Whatever the fuck your name is, dude, new kid. Did you
Kairos?
did you not
Oh, yeah.
see any? Did you not see anything tracking us? Anything looking at us?
I told you the hounds were following us a while back, but they disappeared. Couldn't find them with my bird anymore.
You didn't tell us,
Oh,
Nick.
What? Yeah, I did.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I
Did
did.
he?
Yes.
Yeah, he said we were being followed, but then there was nothing.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
got
bird
with
couldn't see
creepy
he
hounds,
anything.
and
he
then
did say
stopped saying that. Yeah.
And the other question is you said that when you see invisibility, you saw the same. I'm assuming the same bird person that attacked me
Yeah,
a while ago,
He was
and
hanging out
But-
he
in
didn't jump
the
in.
trees.
And he
Yeah, a
didn't
lot
jump
of
in. I
people
wonder if
want
he's
you guys
affiliated.
dead.
Yeah, you picked the wrong group to hang out with. I'm sorry. And then
I'm trying to understand this. Just shaking his head, he's like,
welcome to being an adventurer.
But in the legend, a lot of people want the heroes dead. Start scratching my chin, like, weighing the values. I was just sitting off on his own, just like, yeah.
Did I just join the
Hero.
bad guys? Wait a minute.
Are we the bad guys? I'm just like, trying to think this through.
And
No,
Eric
those
says,
things were creepy. I don't think they were good guys.
No, they definitely weren't. We found we fought them before. So no, they're if those things ever show up again, they're not in good company. And if my memory serves me correct, I think there are either 2 or 3 left out there. So
assuming they didn't find a way to make more. Hopefully
Yeah.
not, but
yeah,
Yeah, to be fair.
also Ilia finally pulls out the letter, reads through it again real quick and says, I mean, the gist is that they did a job in Elderport, which means there was a massacre there. I said the Carrick said that some sort of emergency happened outside Risk of Breton and that they were to take care of it. It mentioned that I was mucking about and to deal with me if they wished.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
For a second, I was really confused who was making that wow sound. I'm like, wow, that's some great voice acting.
That was
Wow.
Eric's response. Yeah.
that is Gale.
Wow.
I didn't know you got
Gale.
such high voice.
Yes, Gale.
That's Kale.
That's
Gale's iconic voice.
That's new. That's Gale's new voice.
He's learned a few phrases in common.
Only
She-
wow, because of how much you guys surprised her all the time.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow
with
is one of those
respect.
words that is just the same in Draconic also.
That's fair.
Yeah, right.
Ilia, you don't happen to have
No.
any magical ability left today, do you?
I do, if that matters to you at all.
I mean, I do. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't get the chance to use a lot of it. Although I kind of blew the big guns, but got a little bit left.
Do you have the ability to send a message?
Oh, no, I don't.
I
And
can.
Varen is locked eyes on you.
I can.
Mm-hmm. Can you send a message to Alwyn?
What do you want said?
Oh, how are things? How's the weather?
Are you alive?
You feeling okay? You got a cold? Your stomach okay?
That's more than 25 words.
Yeah, afraid I can't say all of that, but I can ask a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
She'll begin casting.
Sure. Yeah. All right. I will begin.
Traveler,
Yeah.
as
Sure.
she's casting,
Yeah.
does this look like the sending spell?
Make an insight check.
It's 20.
No.
Man, I love expertise. That's a 21.
All right. Yeah, Ilia, roll me a. I don't even know.
I'm assuming deception or persuasion.
DM me deception or persuasion. Just DM me real quick. Let me know what your roll and yeah.
If you're actually casting it or not.
Yeah, that also that yes.
As she casts it, I cast silence so that the spell doesn't work. Mwahaha. I'm just kidding.
Silvery barbs. No.
Holy shit!
That would be the ultimate. Silvery
The
bar.
ultimate act of KO.
So Stormy's tapped. Stormy has no spell slot,
Okay.
so I mean, I couldn't do anything if I wanted to.
Me neither.
Okay, yeah. She appears to be casting the sending spell.
Yeah, because I've seen her do it before.
Yeah. So what do you say?
I say, Alwyn, are you alive?
Doing good.
Do you have a
Had a nice
cold?
vacation.
Do you need help? Just give me a good idea of how you feel. Please and thank you.
Please and it cuts off.
Damn it.
More.
Well, you heard him. Give him more.
Brian.
Give me more. Father, give me more.
Are we waiting for a response, or are you doing that?
Oh, I'm DMing.
See silent.
I'm waiting
Okay.
for a response.
There's DM
Sure.
thing happening. DM is in direct message, not as in Dungeon Master.
Well,
I mean,
both,
both,
technically.
yeah.
I mean,
The
yeah,
dungeon
yeah,
master, the DM is DMing me.
God, I love the fact that on certain levels I can just respec my expertise because
Are you good at insight now?
I maybe good at insight. Maybe for specific peoples for certain reasons now. Maybe Varen is not so trusting of
Whoa,
people.
why?
Whoa.
What's your?
There
What's your
has never
insight
been
on?
trusting of a.
My insight right now is +7.
It's still not as good as mine.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Get wrecked.
Ilia will look at you, Baron, and say, "She's alive, but sounds like she's in pain. She didn't say anything. She didn't say any words, so she might be hiding that she heard something."
I don't think it's. I don't think I need to say this, Traveler, but insight check.
Ditto.
Sure. Yeah, roll it.
Why
I
is it
completely
disadvantage
believe her.
still, though?
All right,
So...
I will roll my persuasion or deception.
Yeah, you're gonna
whichever
need it.
is. Oh, will I?
Yeah. 'Cause
Big
it's
Stormy's
15 for
is-
me.
a big 25 for me.
Traveler, do I still have that little thing that happened last time because of the mask?
The advantage, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh, I heard that echo. It scared me.
Oh,
You have multiple.
No, no.
Oh no, more children. They're
They've
spawning.
multiplied.
They're
Well,
like,
if all of a sudden he split into two, I would be terrified.
that's
I mean, that would be a
was
terrifying thing to have.
I was
happen.
trying to think about what's. It's this thing
Oh.
called
Mitosis?
It's like when,
Parents.
it's like mitosis. Yeah, I was about to say when two cells become, or when one cell becomes two. Oh no, not mitosis.
Just all of a sudden he has a twin, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you gave birth to twins."
Oh, sorry,
I didn't.
Sorry, I didn't see. Okay. Yeah. She seems to be being truthful with you all.
Really?
That good or bad?
It could mean a number of things.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm substantially more worried about our odds just living in life now, because it was already pretty bleak with a large family of Soulborn wanting to chase us and murder us, but now we also have your family and potentially their connections to worry about. So I'm feeling a little
Whatever this bird
overwhelmed,
person
guys.
is doing.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so far, it sounds like the only person that's not being hunted is, well,
No, please don't say anything. Just don't finish that
No,
sentence.
wait.
Not jinx us.
Raises his hand.
I mean, I was gonna say the new guy, but
I was also
Well,
going to say
You don't
the
know
new guy.
that.
But then
You don't know that.
then he's gonna become hunted, and then that
by
way
what?
to
An
go.
angry squirrel?
This is
I
where
don't
my
know.
Can be
secret-
hunted.
We don't
It's
know
so
his
much-
shit.
No, this is where my secret dark backstory of being haunted by a squirrel comes into play.
This innocent child bullshit could be an act, and he's actually a deep, scary
45.
serial killer. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Then-
I'm a terrifying serial killer with like thousands of families hunting me for killing their loved ones.
See, you saying it like that
See, he
makes
just
it
said
seem
it.
like you're trying to deflect, like, oh, that'd be crazy, right? But I think I need you to be more like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, though. He's a fucking kid. I'm not worried about him in the slightest.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I guess it's more that I'm not worried about any of us. I'm more worried about the people that are trying to hurt us. You know.
Would I ever lie to you guys?
We don't
We
know
don't
that
know.
yet.
We probably.
Nick?
You probably
Yes.
would.
Nick? Yes. Kairos? I don't
We
fucking
keep
know.
interesting company.
Yeah. Alright, well. Fuck, at least that's something. She's alive.
Does that gun work?
It's a cool gun. Can I have it?
No.
Aw.
I think there's
We're not
laws
getting
against
that
children
kid.
having guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're too young.
You give a kid an axe.
That's different.
Not real.
Mm.
I mean, it's
Well,
not. You're willing to. If you're willing to fight, then fight.
I mean, you're not getting the gun, but yeah, there's
Yeah, fight.
difference
That's
there. You're
good.
willing to fight, but you've got your other things. And to be honest, the more I've been playing around with it in my hand a bit as we were riding in. It's familiar in my hand. It's like Rose. I can see where it came along.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's a gap there, but you could bridge it pretty easily, I guess.
Yeah, it looks a little bit different, but I guess it does shoot stuff.
Well, Rose,
Used
I
to.
told
Shot
y'all.
stuff too.
No. Oh, sorry. Rose was like. They made. Like this, they made Rose as a prototype before the guns.
Oh, I think you did
it's
maybe.
like it's a
mention
stepping stone. Do you got whatever?
It's an
It's
antique.
different, but it feels.
Wait, if it was an antique, it would have been worth so much money.
No,
Above
listen.
table.
Yeah, it would have been. So
Damn.
I'd love to find a way to use this, repair Rose, but from the little I know about these guns, these firearms, the ammo is not necessarily the easiest thing to come by. So, unless one of y'all can just make ammo, or, and I'll look over to Ilia, would you happen to know anywhere to get any?
I mean, my brother used guns. I imagine we had someone who made his ammo. Would that be a safe bet, Traveler? Someone in the monastery was able to make some ammo.
They would make it from shipments that they got from you don't know where. That wasn't exactly what you were focused on at the time.
Okay. I mean, someone crafted it from the supplies that we got, but I'll be honest, I mostly used an axe, so it wasn't really much of my focus. You could go there to get some ammo, go to Half Hand, but you'll probably die.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling if I meet that dickhead brother of yours again, it's gonna be a bit of a angry reunion.
Well, I mean, if things had gone well last time when we fought, he wouldn't have any skin on his face. But he got out of the way before I could do anything about that.
I mean, if we come across a wild animal that, for some reason, has bullets on its back, I could probably harvest them. I don't know how
the
guns
natural
work,
bullet.
I mean,
Alright.
I can learn how to do a lot
Porcupine
of
with bullet
things.
shells on its back.
Bullet tortoise.
Just a natural.
It's a Squirtle.
Well, if you wanted to
my
fight,
God.
you wanted to meet some bullets, didn't you?
Nice.
I mean, I can learn to make a lot of things, but bullets might be a touch out of my capabilities.
All right, then. At least first stop for me past any of this crap, if we're starting to move forward, is I need to find a way to fix Rose. That's my number one priority, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking useless without her.
Is Rose magical?
Nope.
Will you let me look at it tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you look at her.
Like I said, I can learn to do a lot of things, but we'll see if I have the knowledge to fix her. I might not, but there's a chance.
All right.
So, like, where are we headed now? I'm beat, so I'm happy to go to sleep, but I kind of want to know where we're headed
Well,
tomorrow, so that when we're inevitably attacked in the
Well,
middle of the night,
Technically,
we know
we
where to
just
run.
woke up.
No,
Technically,
we haven't taken our long rest yet.
Yeah, no.
No?
We've just
think
been
we-
kind of running. No, we've been running.
This
Yeah,
is
we
end of-
finished the fight and then we took off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
is,
the fight happened right as soon as we woke up.
yes.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
still
yes, I
spending
see
We
what you're
have
saying.
and we have rode the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Could
haven't
riding
taken a long
count as a
rest
short
since that-
rest?
You guys took a short
Traveler.
rest. You guys have already taken a short rest, not a long
Oh, that's
rest.
right. That's
we
right.
Took
I remember.
We took a short rest, but we've been riding like we've been riding hard the entire time to just.
For as long as the horses could, and then
Yeah.
We're roughly in this area, right? Like
Right?
somewhere
Or-
around here.
Or like, are we further up? Are we past Oakenfield yet? Or
No. You guys are still down in this area. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
Well,
big place.
let's see. If we go north, it's more Soulborn. If we go east, it's Ocean. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to get on another boat for a while.
I've been saying
Stormy
that for
looks
months.
sad.
I want to try riding on a boat.
You're
That's
being
nice.
outvoted.
If you'd like to go ride in a boat, you can head east.
So
and-
Nick, introduce us to your new character.
Yeah.
Rios was there for one session.
He got bullied and then he left.
And to be honest, I don't really want to deal with any more Soulborn.
I'd love to never see one ever again, if I'm being completely honest.
And if
But
that's the
that's
option,
I don't know
unlikely
that
to
one that challenged me. I wouldn't mind squaring up against him again.
I'm pretty sure the only thing that leaves us is the dragons.
Oh.
Oh, joy.
So we go west.
I mean,
Towards the mountains.
I'm
Towards
good
the
being
mountains.
closer to the mountains at least, because I feel like that's less likely that the Soulborn will be there. But I'd love to not fully get into a dragon's business, you know?
I mean, I don't want to be antagonistic towards the dragon, but I mean, we've all heard that they're awful. They're the worst. They're as bad as Soulborn.
Gale is glaring at you so hard right now.
But does anybody know that that's true? Has anybody heard that from a source that's not a Soulborn, that's not biased?
I haven't heard that from any source.
Every dragon I've ever interacted with has been nice as I'm petting Gale on top of my
Okay.
horse.
How many dragons have you interacted with?
Oh, just Gale.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Well,
The
then
one I've
that's
really
But
true
she's a
for all
sweetheart.
of us. Yeah.
And the only other semi-dragon that we've interacted with was Mycelio. So, and I mean, granted, everybody's different. Everybody's temperament is different. But if there's any other places like that with people like him, it's much better than the shit we've had to deal with interacting with Soulborn.
At the very least, it's a moderately clean slate. Kind
Exactly.
of, you know?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
So,
I mean, if that doesn't work, I think our best bet is to, unfortunately, get on another boat and try and get just go somewhere.
what? Back to the Isles or something?
No, I was thinking more like a new place. Like, we tried our luck with people that look like you guys and really don't like me. Let's try next time people who look like me and potentially don't like you guys. I don't know.
Oh, you want to go south?
I mean, there is an itch in the back of my mind that says I'd love to actually find that place that I know in
The heels.
character, but yeah, I would love to find the heels just in terms of like glory's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Ooh, Kairos likes that idea.
But isn't that like
A mystery,
really,
yeah.
really far away? If
Well, we don't
find
know.
it?
We
have
don't
no
know
idea
where
where
it is. And the only people willing to pay for it are, again, Soulborn, who we don't fucking trust.
Well, we don't need someone to pay for it.
So you just want to find it to find it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get money just because that makes it easier to operate in the world. But I don't give a fuck about them finding. Actually, I'd prefer they don't find it because I'm sure that would not go well. I would like to find it because I feel like there's, that's a heritage for me. And everywhere we go gives me more questions about my life, and I feel like maybe that would answer some. Maybe.
I feel like that might be the most solid lead we have on anything right now. Either we go and try to talk to these dragon people in the mountains, or we go south and maybe get a different perspective,
Or both.
or both.
I think it's worthwhile to go west to the dragons first, because I'd like to be on land for a little while too. But
All right. So we start heading due west then tomorrow morning.
all right.
I
Are
might
we-
need to, depending on, we probably need to stop by supplies because we're going to be roughing it for a while as well. So,
Well,
I mean, in
Gail's good
terms
at finding food.
Yeah, in terms
I
of
mean,
food,
she
I think
kept
we're
me
all
alive
right.
on an island.
all right.
It's
Sure.
more other supplies that we might need.
There's
Are
more than
we
just food.
cool with letting our bird friend just peeping Tom us while we sleep, or
Is there anything we
Yeah.
can do? I mean, we
Is-
got
I
the
don't know.
we got the
Ilia, could you see invisibility again today, or do you need to sleep before
can.
you can do that?
And I'll cast the
Would you-
invisibility.
Let's say, would you mind taking a peek around?
All right, you cast the invisibility. Make me a perception
guidance.
check. Sure.
Can we stack guidance?
No.
And no one can give help either because we can't see invisibility.
And I don't have any bardic left.
$23 perception.
All right. You take a quick look around, and you see trees starting to get a little thinner, rolling some hills, but you're just in a small glade. Nothing beyond that.
I do not see him.
That's good.
I don't see anything invisible or hiding. At
Doesn't
least.
mean he's not there, as we've seen.
That's- Yeah.
Yeah. But at the very least, his biggest trick isn't helping him right now.
That's a
Biggest
problem we'll
trick
have to
we
deal
can
with eventually, but
Yeah.
we'll get to it when we do. It's nothing we can worry about or nothing we can really affect because
And who knows how long he's been watching us to begin with.
exactly.
He's like Sandy Claus.
Huh?
Who?
The hell is a Sandy Claus?
I love that
Crab?
implies that there's a Jesus in this world.
It's like when you're on the beach and you put your hands in the sand, and then there's sand in your claws, so they're Sandy Claws.
We don't have claws though.
Stormy looks at his
Oh.
fingers. He's like, I don't have claws.
Okay, well, you guys wouldn't understand.
So it's a crab? Is
Well-
what you're saying?
More than just crabs have claws, guys.
So it's like a whatever. That's too much to think about today. I'm gonna be honest. That's
Too much math.
way past it today.
All right.
All right, let's.
Okay.
Little we know that
so
Cryos is actually from the real world.
Cryos is
Are we going to?
Oh no.
Yeah, Christ has been a
Alright,
sick guide. Christ has
So
been a sick
how are you guys doing your whole sleeping arrangements?
I'm making my dome.
Got it.
I'll have the bird do a once over before we go to bed.
Make a perception check.
Also, are there any beasts nearby?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much to look around. You see a squirrel skittering up a tree. Well, you don't, but your
You're a big
bird
bad.
does. Yeah, you're a big bad. No, a squirrel skitters up a tree. You catch just a little bit of sight of
Got blood coming off of a fang.
just random stuff like that. Just normal animals, normal forest animal things.
Let me see. It's a +3 +4, so 7 on a d20. 21. Oh wait, no, I have advantage.
Or
Let
perception.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 for perception.
Okay, yeah. Your eagle takes flight, soars up into the sky, and it's fairly empty. It's a bunch of hills, not a whole lot happening in them.
Okay, and the animals?
Yeah,
That-
like I said, just normal animals. A couple of
Can I try talking to them, see if they can
Sure.
keep?
Sure.
Let me know.
Remind me how the Furbolg things. Unless I'm
I
mistaken.
can. Well, I think it's actually my class that lets me speak to animals, and I can just talk to them.
Oh. Okay.
And I have advantage on any persuasion checks against them.
Okay. Yeah. Remind me of the wording, just because I want to make sure I'm doing this right.
Let me look up the
Whatever
feature.
feature and ability. Yep.
Oh, damn it. Hard to find. Magic, hidden steps, speech of beast release. You can communicate in a limited manner with beasts, plants, and vegetation. They can understand your words, but you cannot understand them. You have a advantage on all charisma checks to influence them. However, I have another thing that lets me just speak to beasts, so I should be good to understand them.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, you'll stop. Whatever animal catches your fancy first. And you're asking them to do what exactly?
I'm gonna ask it to let me know if they see anything weird.
Roll a persuasion check.
With advantage.
With advantage.
So 22.
They just point at the party and
and
they're like,
two
this.
22s. Jesus Christ.
22? Okay. So as the dome's being erected, you did steal my joke. You watch as you get like 2 steps back towards the dome before you hear this little chittering voice. Weird! 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 Sitting there just like doing the good old Doberman point at the dome.
Well, outside of that, I just let it know. Other than the weird dome.
It's gonna cocks its head at you. You seems to get what you're going for. Seems to.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a long night.
Also, remember, it can't get in the dome. Unless, I guess, unless Ilia qualifies
Can
this month's
sounds transmit
squirrel.
through the dome?
I believe
What?
so.
I believe they
Oh,
can
then it
come
can
in,
just
but they
make
can't go out.
noise.
No, what happened? What are you asking?
Sound.
Sound can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it can yell at you from outside the dome, but yeah.
So
So,
that's probably good enough.
alrighty then. So, you all settle down for a good night's rest. As so no watches, just dome.
Dome time.
Actually, as we were going down for a short rest, Stormy is going to kind of distance himself from everybody.
Sure.
And you notice he bends down and he whispers something to Gale, and then Gale kind of just stays in the dome with all of Stormy's things that he can detach. So his shield, his sword, his whip, his trident.
Yep.
And Stormy's going to kind of wander off a little bit into the tree line.
Okay. All right. Not making. This isn't. You're not attempting to sneak out. You're just kind of walking.
Yeah, just walking out.
Okay. All right. You all watch. Yeah. So you all watch. The Stormy just kind of wanders out a little. How far out do you go?
I'm gonna say I want to be like barely visible. Like, so I mean I'm a good distance away.
Yeah. You all can still see. I mean, to be fair, he's either blue, pitch black, or bright gold. He's not hard to miss.
He's going to stand out either way.
But you all watch as he kind of wanders off, but does seem to stop in within eyesight, and as you all watch him.
We can all agree
I'll-
that this is a bad idea, right?
I'm gonna look down to
He
Gale.
literally said that he doesn't want people to go on their own, and yet he did just go on his own.
Yeah, I'm gonna look down to
He's
Gale
not
and
very good at
Interconic be
listening to
like,
his own advice.
No,
"What's he
he's not.
doing?"
Yep. And then he gives me flack for the stupid decisions I make. It seems,
Gale's going to look at Airtos and go, he said that he's worried you guys might get hurt and he wanted to confront the bird person alone because the last time he was alone, got attacked and he doesn't want any of you guys getting hurt.
Lovely sentiment, but that bird person wasn't much of a threat, to be honest. But
Oh,
then
that's
again,
You weren't
right.
there. You don't know.
You
no,
weren't
he does
there.
know because he can understand what it's saying.
no,
No.
it's fairly draconic. Well,
Yeah.
unless you consider it a beast, but it's a
It's
dragon.
not.
dragon.
They have their
Yeah,
own. They have their own keywords as dragon. Yeah.
Well,
Yep. So the only one who could fully understand him is Airtos.
Oh wait,
I'm
Jake
sure
and-
Varen could like
wait.
pick
Do
out
I
a few
get
things.
parts? What
Jake,
parts?
Jake
what-
can catch every about fifth word. Yeah.
What parts do I get, Traveler?
Oh gosh. Roll me just a random d20. Just
I will
let's
roll
see.
you just a random d20,
Oh,
and
not
that
that
is
one, the
out.
random
I
Of,
hope you rolled the red
Stormy
one.
want everyone hurt.
that is a random d20 of a 19.
Okay. You get a fair bit of it. You get the general context. But something about Stormy and a bird. Stormy's looking for birds. Stormy wants to hurt birds. You're not sure.
I want to
Look,
punch a seagull.
I'll look to Airtos. What the fuck is he doing?
I mean, I have to agree that it's not the smartest thing, but I also have to agree with him that. I mean, maybe we see what happens.
Uh-huh.
It's not like we can't
Gale-
see him. We know where he is.
Gail
Whatever.
does chime in and say, because I'm sure she can kind of make out what you guys are saying. And
She
she's gonna be like,
understands common. She just can't speak it. From what
Fair.
my understanding is.
so she goes, he just wants questions. He's not looking for a fight. He just has questions.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't
think
think it's gonna answer them. But
if
I'll let him do whatever the fuck he wants, and I'm gonna.
if a fight
sit
breaks
down
out,
and-
we're near enough by that we can try and help. But I think we need answers for what this fucking guy wants, and
Whatever. I'll let him make his own decisions.
he's a grown man.
unlike some of us here,
Just look at the fearful child. It's here.
Kairos just looks back at you. He's like,
does he?
"What? Who you talking about?"
Farron's gonna go to sleep.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. So Stormy, you just walk off. Did you say or do anything, or are you just kind of standing there?
When I notice that everyone's starting to lay down and kind of not really paying attention to me, I'm going to try to sneak off further into the woods or into where it's harder for me to be seen from the camp.
Ilia
Sure.
is keeping watch the entire time.
Sure.
Yeah, you're
Roll-
just-
I'm
roll
also
a stealth check in all.
I'm
of
also
your
casting resistance on myself before I get too far out. So if anything I have to roll a saving throw, I get a little bit of an advantage on it. Not advantage.
Roll a stealth check at disadvantage because of big, clunky, and shiny. And then Ilia and Airtos, you guys are trying to watch. Roll me perception checks.
I'm
16.
gonna keep it at
Oh,
my
8.
passive, which is 17.
17.
8
8
for my stealth check.
Even
Nice,
even
dude.
as more trees start
trip.
getting in between, you can kind of hear the clunk clank. Ah, shit! Like of him making his way through this this thick and dense forest.
He trips and like lands on a log, but then his armor's stuck in the log, so he has to like pull himself out.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just a tree attached to my back now.
Yeah, he couldn't get the log off, so now he's just walking with a tree stuck to him.
Dragging it.
It's more camouflage.
Okay, but yeah, you walk out a bit further.
Like I want to, so mechanically, I want to be far enough away that it's going to take at least 2 or 3 turns for someone to get to me.
Yeah, so you're about
If something happened.
You're about 3, maybe 400 feet out. Sounds about right.
Yeah, because I mean, I know Varen is very fast with his kinetic jaunt, and I know Airtos is also fast, but I also want to be far enough away that I can, if I get attacked or if this guy shows up, I can try to get a few questions in before everyone else gets there.
Yeah, with the right setup, I can move 100 feet in a turn. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're about 300 or 400 feet out, I'll say, just genuinely knowing what your party's capable of, and yeah, okay, you get that far out.
and then I'm gonna just kind of post up against a tree so that way I can't get snuck up from behind, and just stand there like kind of like motioning that my hands are empty, like kind of like a hostage negotiator going up to a building. Like my hands are up,
Yeah,
I spin around to show I don't have anything.
Okay. Roll me a. Oh boy, what kind of check with this? Roll me a persuasion check, I'll say.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. As you are, at least how I'm interpreting this is, you are actively trying to persuade a conversation out of this person.
Yeah,
Or-
I got a 4.
Oh no.
Oh, well,
I rolled a 3 on the die.
You are certainly not persuading with that roll.
Yeah.
Can I get advantage for just like if the longer I hang out there, it's like again, I'm still here. I'm not a threat. I'm not trying to run away.
No. It's. Yeah. So you hang out there. Maybe about half an hour goes by. And as you're kind of standing there, hands out to your side, palms open, you hear
As
this.
little intimidating as I can be with plate armor covered in spikes.
Yep. You. Yeah, you're sitting there. It's like, all right, not much is happening. Not much is happening. Huh? Like, oh, wait a minute. Huh? As you hear a little crack above you, and you do feel this a blade kind of kiss a gap in your armor. As kind of like suspended from his bird-like feet above you, this beaked face kind of swings down into view.
I hold my hands out and I go, I just want to talk. I can barely hear you, Traveler.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, my mic is
You're
still.
good. You're good.
His face kind of goes, starts like doing the. You know how what I mean, like when I say like birds kind of like twitch a little bit, like that weird way that they move.
Yeah.
Starts doing a little bit of that. Jesus. Speak.
You seem to know who I was or am. I don't know. All I know is for years I was alone on an island and I don't know where I came from and I don't know who I am. And that's all I want to know.
Who you are? You are liar. You are betrayer. You are, and he starts to. You can see this like fervor beginning to build up a bit as he's starting to like. You know what I mean? Like he's not quite violent yet, but he's starting to get a little worked up with his words.
I am going to hold an action for if he does try to attack.
Okay. You are as I, the DM, starts desperately looking for what he called you the last time. I know I have it in here somewhere.
It was something traitor.
Man, yeah. Oh. Yes. Okay. Cool. No, I am smart enough to have labeled it. Okay. As he just is, like I said, head kind of cocks a little sideways, turns like so you can see the profile, and one eye is like huge. The iris is fully expanded. Trail Nin, great trader. Little bird clacks. That is who you are.
Who was I? Who did I betray? I have no memory. I don't know what I've done. Last I knew, at least I thought I was a small child when I washed up on the island.
Small-ish. I was thinking more teenager, but that's either way.
Yeah.
It doesn't really either
No,
way.
you're good. Small-ish still works.
Yeah.
Again, Stormy doesn't have any grasp of time on the island, so as far as he knew, he was a small child and then grew up on the island.
Fair,
But
that's fair. I don't. And you can see it's starting to get a little like frustrated now. Like there's more this sense. It's not like it's less anger. Before he was seemed to build himself up into like a battle fervor, a kind of like zealotry that was building. But with this new development, it's almost more like it's like a this does not compute type of thing. He doesn't know what to do with this information.
Can I ask why you're? Sorry, go ahead.
No, he like I said, he's just kind of spazzing out a little bit. He's
Oh,
like,
well then, why are you following us? Is it for me? Are you keeping an eye on me?
you are not as expected.
I've been told that before.
Was expecting liar, thief, traitor. But as I observed, you showed kinship.
Well, maybe the person that you knew from the past was, for lack of a better term, raised differently than I was. I was taught by Captain to respect those who respect you and to protect those who need protecting and protect those who also help protect you.
He needs to roll something. I can find my d20s. Of course. Okay. He keeps that singular eye, like I said, head turned sideways so he can look at you in profile, just fixed on you for a moment. More data is needed.
What else do you want to know?
Your quality. And with that, as he says that, you can kind of see he finally snaps out of this weird, overly focused on your face, looks at you and just kind of looks at you normally for a moment, and then you watch as you've seen him several times in the past, just kind of like he goes slightly see-through and then just kind of full fades from existence, from how he was. He just kind of turns into a air, really.
Okay. Yeah, I think Stormy's going to hang out there for like another 20, 30-ish minutes and then head back to the camp to try to get some sleep.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Okay, what the
So-
fuck was that?
And then, Traveler, if you wouldn't mind, because I am on my phone, it's harder to take notes. Can you DM me the name he gave me?
Yes, I most definitely can.
Thank you.
Oh, I have so many DMs. There you
Or
are.
just say it out loud so I can type it in my notes accurately.
Drell Nin, spelled Drel, not apostrophe. What's the thing I'm
Hyphen.
looking for? Hyphen. Thank you. Nin. Drell Nin.
That was really close, actually.
Okay.
And thank you, Drew.
So yeah, Stormy's gonna, after waiting what I would feel would be an adequate time to not get jumped again, I'm gonna start heading back to the camp. But I am still going to walk with my arms out, just in case he thinks I'm trying to go for something, if he's still around.
Yeah. You walk with arms out. You get back to the camps, safe, sound, nothing, and nobody bothers you.
Okay.
Everything go well, Stormy?
I mean, I'm still alive, which is always a good thing. So I guess it went well.
That's good.
I did. I think I got my real name my birth name. Stormy was just a moniker given to me by the captain.
What is it?
So what's your real name?
He called me Drell Lynn. But he also called me a traitor and a betrayer, but I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's not like the first time someone's been called that today, so that's fine.
I feel like you were
Yeah.
eyeballing Garrett as you said that.
Well, no, I'm saying it about myself.
Oh, fair.
Literally called it earlier.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What was the name again?
Drell
Drell
Nin.
Lynn.
Drell Lynn?
Nin.
Nin with an N.
Nin, okay.
As
Like
in
Nin Kumpu.
Nintendo. Or Nin
Oh,
Kumpu.
yep.
Or Ninja.
Nintendo.
I thought
is good.
Ninja, but that sounds a little bit too cool, so let's tone it down a little bit.
Well, maybe we don't start calling you the one that's associated with being a betrayer and a liar, unless you
Well,
want to be.
I
called.
no, I think Stormy fits me better. I feel like whoever this Drell Nin is died before I showed up on the island.
Yeah, that's a weird. I don't know how personalities work, but Traveler, are names sort of rooted in language? Would I recognize a language root of that?
That's a good question.
Sure. Make me a intelligence check.
That's a
That's
really
great.
good question.
And if it's helpful, the languages I know are Draconic, Sylvan, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Okay. Good note. Good note.
Intelligence check at disadvantage because of my exhaustion. Big fat -1.
Wait, why'd you have a?
Oh,
did you go
wow.
down?
Yeah,
I
he
went
went
down twice. So the previous fight, I went down twice. We took a long rest. I lost a point of exhaustion. I went down once during this fight. I got another point of exhaustion, so I'm still at 2.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I rolled
Yeah.
a natural 19 and a natural 1, so 0 for my intelligence check.
Oh no. Yeah, no,
have
you
no idea.
have no idea, no clue.
Ah,
As soon as I say it, your eyes just go blank.
I'm like already asleep, but my eyes are open.
Yeah. You forget what language is for just a second. You're just like, wait, what's that? Huh?
I'm too tired. Never mind.
Is he okay? I just snapped my fingers near your toes. You here, buddy?
What? Oh.
Maybe
I
you should
zoned
get
out
some
for a
sleep.
second.
Oh.
You need rest, buddy.
Can we
Same.
just have a peaceful day tomorrow? I'm so tired.
Uh,
We can try.
All right.
Try.
If we fail,
Depends
I'm
on how
blaming.
many.
We fail, I'm blaming Kuros.
That's fine.
Heroes do. Heroes
You're-
the only one not hunted.
You're asleep. You don't know. You don't know he said that. You're asleep.
Yeah, fair point. But still.
Just wait until you meet the
You-
vengeful raccoon.
You might feel the
Vengeful
eyes glaring at
raccoons.
you as we blame you, but that'll be in a dream.
You're actually linked to Unopo because he is a badger.
Ah, yes.
Gasp! No wonder Varen hates him.
Traitor.
Yes, secretly, I raised Unopo as a child.
You summoned him once
until
and he
he was
never
an
left.
adult badger. Yeah.
Of course.
All right, so
Traveler's like, damn it, now I can't use that, and he's scratching out his nose.
here I am scratching out plot lines. It's
Damn
right
it, I
there
figured it out.
next. It's right there next to Ilia, spaceship.
Whoa! Spoilers! Spoilers! Don't say that. Don't say that part of
Wow,
the backstory.
okay.
Spoilers.
No, anyway. All right. So, yeah, but you guys get a nice long rest in the dome.
Ugh,
Oh boy.
thank goodness.
One thing I want to hear.
I was really counting on that not turning into combat because I had above board. I had
slots.
well, I had 65 health and no spell slots, and my armor was down to 19. So I
I've
mean,
got
it would have been bad. For me.
65 health. Oh.
More than I have
no.
allowed.
Oh, no.
Low.
I will, but okay. To be fair, if I'm going up against somebody from my backstory, I feel like did I just close out the whole conversation? Oh no, okay. I pulled down the little thing on my phone and I thought I got out of the call. I feel like it would have been more or less designed to do, massive amounts of damage per hit. Yeah.
I don't know.
All of a sudden, everything does radiant.
Yeah.
No not that mean. Plus, excuse me, I am at least thematic. If it has no good reason to be doing radiant damage, it won't do radiant damage.
So
That's
what you're
fair.
saying is when we fight a cleric, we should expect radiant damage.
Yeah. Huh. Weird how that turned out.
We'd never
Stormy,
fight. We'd never
fight
fight
the
another
cleric.
cleric though.
We would never. We would never.
That'll never happen.
Never.
Never.
No, it would
Never
never
happen.
happen. Never happen.
There aren't any clerics in this game. What are you talking about?
What
They
is a
got rid of
cleric?
that.
What's a cleric?
Flame strike.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Radiant damage. That got.
yeah, they
Nerfed.
removed.
They got nixed.
They removed clerics in D&D 2024, so sadly we can't use clerics
Yeah,
anymore.
the clerics just.
Oh, I
Never
guess
got-
I'll guess I'll make a new character
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just gone
Unfortunate.
completely.
No, you keep
Alright.
Ilia. She just has commoner stats.
Oh, even better.
You
Hey,
can't play
don't be
Ilia, but you
ridiculous.
can play Rathu.
We'll
Welcome
give
to the
her. We'll
future.
give her guard. We'll give her the
True.
guard stats. She can have a whole
Okay.
12 to strength.
Slightly better than the commoner. I think that's fair.
Yep. All right.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
yeah. Yeah, you guys get a nice long rest, and when you wake up, there are birds chirping, and it is a pretty nice day. So
Everybody still alive?
I
As
think so.
Roll
Baron's
call.
waking up. Is Stormy alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Great.
You don't sound happy about that.
Huh? Oh yeah. No, it's great. Anyways, before we set off, Ilia, can you take a look at this? And
Yeah.
I will produce Rose.
sure, yeah, you hold up Rose.
We'll take Rose and so every day I can switch proficiencies with 2 tools, weapons, instruments, yada yada. Currently, I have prepared myself to be set up with smith tools and woodcarver's tools.
Sure.
I'm gonna look over Rose and see if I can see a way where I could fix it.
Make an intelligence check with proficiency because you are now proficient in.
I'm going to
And
give
Erthos casts
Ilia.
guidance.
I am going to give Bardic Inspiration.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you, because I really need it.
Yeah.
So you got a D6
I'm
and a
dummy.
D4.
A D6, a D4. So you said with proficiency, right?
With proficiency and a D6 and a D4.
That D6 is doing a lot of work.
Well, that makes sense thematically who it's from.
Yeah, makes sense.
I like to imagine Kairos is watching Varen sing lullabies to Ilia as she's trying.
that
to
is-
fix
that
his
is-
gun.
Even
Not the
Jay.
kind of bard he is.
Jay is not my type of word.
17.
That's not
17.
bad.
Yeah.
Hey.
So as you're looking at it, you think, with this knowledge and with this bits of inspiration that you've taken from your religion, you think that you might be able to fix this. The problem right now is tools. This is a very small, very finely tuned weapon that is going to require more delicate tools than any of you have on you, unless somebody here has Tinker's tools.
Nope.
Fuck.
But you gather, if you can find yourself a set of Tinker's tools, you could probably fix this, assuming you roll that well again.
Hey, you know what's really funny?
What?
I'm pretty sure I used to have Tinker tools.
And then
And
what,
I
sold
don't.
them?
I don't anymore.
Oh, they're in the bag?
I wonder where they
Yep,
were.
I have been collecting tools for this
Oh,
entire fucking game.
For this
I
exact
lost most of
reason.
them.
Yep.
that's fucking rough. All right, well,
Well,
it can be fixed. That's
We can
if
probably
we
purchase
can go
those
to a
from-
town, I can
Yeah.
try and find some, and I can try and fix it. It's doable for sure, but I need the tools,
all right. Great, perfect.
and I will hand it back.
All right.
Do we have anything you could use in the meantime? Anybody have any like shooty weapons
I have a
that you
flail.
can use?
That's not helpful unless somebody's got a hand crossbow, or unless somebody
Do you,
has some ammo for this
do
gun.
you, do you do you want my whip? I mean, it's some range. It's
I mean, I got my dagger, and
You can throw that at
you
useful
me.
tie
enough.
the dagger to the end of the whip.
It's like a
You know,
scorpion's
I've
tail.
heard of people fighting like that.
I have too, but I think I'll be fine. Let's just try to not get into too many fights beforehand if possible. But
Great plan. We're so bad at that.
yeah, we
Suddenly,
fucking
27 kobolds spring out of the underground.
are.
All right.
Great.
Only
so-
27?
That's it.
Oh.
What?
Joke's
Why
on
would
you.
you
They
Why
all
would you
have.
say that? Why would you say
Shut
that?
They all have paper. Wait, no. I'm kidding.
I'm going to imbue into my card. Mirror image.
Okay. Mirror image. All right. Anything else that you guys want to do before you set off?
How long does the Ring of Seeming last? I feel like she said it was like a week-ish.
Yeah, it was a week, so it's been. Let me think. You were there roughly 2 days, right?
We
Gave
Traveler.
it to me
We
the
were
day
about
we left.
18 hours. We lasted Risk of Protone about 18 hours.
Oh, yeah, no. So it wasn't a full 2 days.
It's been like
got
2 days
another.
now, maybe.
Yeah, you've got about, I'll say 4 more days left, roughly.
Okay. Cool.
Of seeming.
You know, our time in Risk of Protone was incredibly
Brief
short for
and
the number
harrowing.
of sessions we spent in there. Yeah.
All right. So, with that,
Hey, child, can you put your eyes in the sky and tell us where this nearest town might be?
I will
Westward,
send
though.
the bird into the air and check to see if I can find any nearby towns.
roll me a perception check.
Does your bird not have a name? Isn't it how you see? Why wouldn't you name it?
Good point. What would be a good name for it?
I don't know.
Hawkview?
It's your bird. Okay.
Hawkview?
No. This is not the same.
No,
It's not that campaign. No. I get that luxury in the other campaign. You can't use it here.
First of all, the roll's at 22. Oh wait, no, I keep forgetting the advantage. Oh, let's see if I can roll higher.
No.
No, I definitely did not. Oh boy, that was a 1, so 22.
Oh yeah, no. All right. So yeah, you gather roughly a bit more south, but about southwest. Your hawk does see a plume of smoke that would indicate some sort of village or some sort of settlement, roughly 7 or 8 miles away, close-ish.
All right.
Other than
Let's
the
hope that they're
Hawk's
not
name is
looking
Kim.
for us there.
We can head that way for the time being, at least.
At least.
And if something comes up, we can always just not go that way.
All right. So yeah, you guys mount up and head that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You guys, assuming you guys aren't like galloping full out, it's like I said, it's only shit. How many miles did I say it was away? I said
7
8
or
or 8.
7 to 8.
Oh, 7 or 8. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So yeah, that's only about an hour on horseback. You know, even moving fairly slow. So within the hour, you all begin to see the same thing: a thin plume of smoke rising up through the trees. As you begin to move out of the trees and you begin to get sight of this village, yeah, it's certainly a village. It's very small, only about 7 or 8 buildings. A few large wooden ones with basic thatched roofs, and then a single small black building kind of set a little bit off to the side of the rest. You all are sitting there, yeah, and as you walk up, making some perception checks. You guys are rolling into town.
17.
17?
natural 1 for a total of 8.
Oh,
19 for Stormy.
9 for Baron.
Nine.
And finally, a low roll 15 from me.
all right. So, Ilia and Ertos, you see, as you're looking out over this town, there's not a lot of people. You aren't seeing any folks. You see several cows just kind of grazing in the fields outside. Crops that are standing, swaying in the breeze. But the only movement that you see is you do briefly see one, what looks to be an older woman disappear inside the small black hut and then come back out and move back towards the back before she kind of disappears from your sight.
Does she look like she's trying to avoid our notice?
No, she doesn't necessarily look like she's trying to avoid your notice. She's just moving quickly.
And does anything
I don't
else
like
about this
this.
town? Does it look like it was attacked recently? Does it seem? Because you're saying we're not seeing anyone besides her. Does something about this scream something's wrong?
Maybe. I would say that there's definitely a bit of there's a bit of soot on that door. There, maybe not recently, but something you'd gather that something might have gone wrong recently, as in the last couple of weeks. Or, the last few days. Not hours, but a couple days or so, possibly.
I'm gonna start making my way towards that house, or the one
Okay.
behind it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye out the entire time, just in case, but
Yep.
I'm gonna be making my way there.
As you walk your way back towards this thing, the signs that there's an attack here begin to get more and more evident. There's, like I said, the buildings, there's splinters and this and that. There's just signs of an axe, a door that has clearly had an axe taken to it so that somebody could get inside. Some burn marks here, some other stuff there, just very clearly very clear signs of attack. As you walk up, you do see a pair of smaller children and a woman, normal this time, peeking out from one of the other houses that appears to have been left more untouched. Kind of look out and then immediately duck back in when they find you. You can kind of hear her hushing or doing the good old hush 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 kids type of thing. And yeah. As you're walking up to this small black building, there's a familiar symbol set above its kind of main doorway. It's pretty small, so there's only the one doorway, but there's a very familiar symbol set above it.
What does the symbol look like?
Well, you're wearing one around your neck.
So, quick question, quick distinction.
Oh,
Or
It
sorry,
looks
wherever your holy symbol is.
It looks like
Ilia.
Ilia's, or it looks like her family's, because I have
No.
a copy.
Ilia.
Remember, I yoinked Osrith's holy symbol.
They wear the same holy symbol.
Okay, I thought it was different.
But yeah, no, it looks roughly like that.
does it look like it was carved in after the attack, or does it look like it was there before?
No, this is old. It's weathered into the wood itself.
Okay. I eyeball it, and I'm gonna go try to find the woman.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking up, you do notice she kind of totters her way around, roughly as you guys are pulling up, and looks up and just goes, "Please, we don't want any more trouble. If you would kindly leave us in peace. We don't have much, but if you
We're not
feel
here
good-"
for trouble. I motion towards my own holy symbol. We're not here for trouble. Who did this to you?
Her fear does not seem diminished
Mm-hmm.
by you mentioning by you motioning to your holy symbol. I Please don't hurt me.
Tiefling woman,
You've
blue.
already... She kind of like looks down at her feet. Not just her. There were others. They didn't hurt me. My husband. She kind of like looks once again, just like looking back, and you can see, as you guys have kind of gotten a more full structure. You look over her shoulder, and you see what was once a very old and very small cemetery, maybe 4 or 5 graves, has now and there's now 3 fresh ones with 3 more caskets that have already been built that are laid beside it. So 6 more graves in total. They took my husband from me. 40 years we'd been married. 40 years we'd done his work, done the lady's work here, and you can kind of see, like, the tears coming. I know that death isn't the end. His faith was always strong in that, but they took him from me. Why? You know them. You clearly know them. Why would they do this?
Because they worship a false belief. And sadly, this is what they do. It's not right. It's cruel.
A false belief. I don't understand. My husband, he trained at a monastery 50 years ago. He did funeral rites and ensured that people were put in the ground with respect. This isn't the sort of thing he would ever do. What I don't understand.
When she mentions monastery, Ilia very noticeably tenses up and will say, monastery. Which, do you mean the one on the half hand? By any chance?
Yes, the monastery of the lady, the undercrawler. He trained there as a priest. He was taught to do funeral rites. He left 50 years ago.
What was your husband's name, by any chance?
His name was Geb.
You said they took him. Did they just... I'm sorry, I understand that this is a difficult conversation. Did they just kill him? Or did they legitimately take him?
No, he's over there. And you do see one of the... As you get a closer look at the caskets, one of them does appear to have that holy symbol, a holy symbol placed on top of it.
To be honest, I didn't know that there were any of us out here.
What do you mean?
I know what monastery your husband was from. I'm from there too. But
So
whatever it once was, it's not that anymore.
He said he left because of... He said he left not only to spread a word, but because of changes, but... He was a gentle man. He performed funerals and asked her for mercy when the children died in birth. And she kind of looks down and looks a little lost.
I am truly sorry for your loss of your husband and anyone else in this village that fell.
They were good people. They wouldn't tell them where my husband went. Or rather, where he lived, and so they would cut down.
Know that he is with the lady. and that one day you will meet again one day and hold him in your arms once again. And I know it's hard, but for now I'm sure he would want you to live your life as happy as you can. For him and for everyone around you.
She'll look up at you. He was the holy person. I know it may be a lot, but could you say a few words? Most families who've lost someone, and
I
I'm
can't.
no holy person.
I can't. And I'll step over to his grave.
Yes, like I said, there are 3 freshly dug graves, 3 caskets laid out beside, none of which have quite been put in the ground yet.
I will step up to him and I will say, Undercrawler, my matron of death, please protect these poor souls and see that they're taken to whatever comes next. And I pray that their next lives are one full of happiness. May their remains never be touched by undeath. May their families' burdens and fears of what comes next be sated, knowing that you guide and watch over us all. And I'll go to each grave and repeat the same phrasing.
As you finish, you do notice that a subtle but comforting, almost feeling of a hand on your shoulder appears. To be clear, there is no actual hand on your shoulder, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But in a very stark contrast to a touch you just felt recently, this is very comforting, very warming. There is love, and there is approval and faith all mixed together, and almost it all just kind of flows into you more than can be conveyed with a simple touch. This is the Undercrawler's way of letting you know that you've done a good job. This was a good thing you have done here.
With that, I will stand up and for a moment, Ilia just kind of looks at the graves and caskets, looks around the town and sees the horror that these people had to go through, and just seems very troubled and almost disgusted at what these people have gone through.
The old lady will walk up and kind of clasp her hands in front of her, look at her husband's casket, and just say, "Thank you. That was beautiful." I think you would have made my husband happy. Seeing seeing a younger person, seeing another generation of the Mistress of Death's acolytes that aren't like the ones we saw.
My hope is that one day there will be many of us like that. Like this. Doing the work that we were meant to do. Not whatever they do now.
Is there anything I can do for you? We've not much. We mostly fend for ourselves out here, but if you need spare rations, I'm sure for a fair price, of course, we can provide what we can.
Do you happen to have a smithy?
Not a smithy per se, but Jenkins. And she'll kind of look over at another coffin, a bit bigger than the others, as it had to accommodate a larger person. He didn't have a proper smithy, but he was the one who shoot our horses and repaired our tack.
Part of coming here was to look for a set of tools we've needed.
Of course.
Do you know if anyone would have any that we could potentially purchase?
Or even borrow.
What exactly is it that you need?
Ilia would begin to describe what would be
what
in
would
a set
work
of
as
Tinker's tools. Yeah.
She'll stop. I'm afraid we would. I wouldn't know of anyone in the village who had that, but then again, we weren't. I mean, I don't know what all of them did before they came to live here, and I don't know what they all have in their homes. You can ask Jenkins' widow now, Lily, does live, and she'll point to one of the bigger houses. You can see it's the only one that appears to have a stone chimney in it. The rest all just kind of have like centralized holes in their thatched roofs. I don't know if you'd have what you were referring to. It was mostly hammers and anvils that I saw, but I suppose he might have something.
Thank you for your time, and I'm sorry for everything that's befallen you and your people.
I thank you for your faith. I know it would make my Geb smile. And she will quietly go over there, and you watch as she kind of waves, and a few people, a couple of younger men, and one middle-aged guy will kind of walk out of the nearest house, and they'll slowly start working together to get the caskets laid in the ground. So, where are you guys headed?
Jenkins' place.
Alright, yeah. You walk over, there's rough wooden door hung up. You can hear a woman kind of animatedly talking inside. But yeah, doors closed.
Traveler.
No. Yeah.
While we're in the city, while that whole conversation was happening, I'd like to look around. I'm specifically assuming that, in my mind, the vials were what was used by him to shoot this gun, or whatever it was shown, regardless, or anything along the sorts. I want to keep an eye out around the village for any signs of A, that this gun was used, and B, if I can, like, spent shell casings type things, or something similar to what those vials look like any hint that that guy was here.
Yeah, as you look around, you do see, weirdly enough, to the home that Ilia and them appear to direct you to. You see a pair of what appear to be puncture holes, much like the bullet holes that you guys would have found in your bodies, punched into the door frame, just to the right of the door, with a bit of like what appears to have a little bit of electrical crawl, a bit of Lichtenberg figures, and the other appears to have grown out these weird green feelers, but no sign of any shell casings necessarily, or other than no real sign of shell casings, as it were. Yeah. So you guys walk up to you guys walk up to this place. Doors closed. Like I said, you can kind of hear a woman. Hush you! I don't want. You can't be doing this right now. Okay, I understand, but just not now. So, is anybody gonna knock? Anybody gonna what you doing?
I'm gonna look to Ilia.
Those voices sound
This-
familiar?
Your family, your problem.
I'll knock on the door.
Yeah. You knock on the door and you hear hush, hush, hush. She walks out. Once again sees you, Ilia, and sees the symbol that hangs from your where do you keep your holy symbol again? Remind me.
I keep it around my neck. Like I wear it like
Yeah.
a necklace.
Sees the holy symbol around your neck. Please, Please, you already found him. Please no.
I'm not with
my
I'm not
babies
with
are...
them. Not with them. I would have been with him.
Kinda gathers herself.
I spoke to the older woman.
Oh.
And I'm sorry for your loss, but she directed us to you. We came to this town looking for a set of tools, and I'll once again describe them.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you happen to have any we could purchase or borrow. I mean, if you need any help with anything, we could help in return for using them. But just wanted to ask if you happen to have any.
Come on in. She'll kind of leave the door open as she bustles back into the house.
As we're in the house, I want to keep my eye out again for. Now that I'm assuming he was in here, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for more signs of firearm usage and/or clues, hints, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a perception check as you're looking around, and then you look to the right, and you see a pair, of small children, both with shocks of kind of fuzzy red hair growing up out of their heads, looking at you from. There's a table, a pair of doors, and then what appear to be like a large cooking area. You look to your left, and you do see what appears to be a very, very small, but still somewhat functional forge, an area where there's you can already see a few horseshoes having been set aside, things like that. Some hammers, a few files and chisels hung up, and then some small chests along the ground with that kind of stuff. And then what'd you roll for your perception check?
18.
18, yeah. You see one more bullet hole almost breaking out the back of the log of this the wooden walls of this place. Surrounding it, you can see, despite the fact that it's evidently been attempted to be cleaned up, there is still a little bit of blood spatter around the hole. No other casings, but one last bullet hole. You watch as, you watch as she walks over and I'm not sure. My husband was apprenticed to a. I don't know why I keep switching accents. My husband was apprenticed to a smith for a time, but left. He didn't have enough money to get his own to open up a smithy in a large town, so he mostly shoed horses for the folk who passed through here and fixed hose and tack. But I mean, this is, and she kind of like gestures to the trunks full of things over by the like I said, the very small localized smithing place. I mean, you can take what use what you need if you can use it.
I greatly appreciate. I greatly appreciate it. If you or your family needs anything, any healing or anything of the sort, please just let me know and I'll help however I can. And I will begin to carefully look through the tools to see if I can find anything or a collection of different parts that could make up a tinkers.
I will assist.
Yeah. Roll a quick investigation check because you're burrowing through all these chests.
Guidance.
Investigation.
Guidance. Heck yeah.
roll?
Anything? Yep. Anything else you
Not great.
guys are doing
+1.
around this?
I got +2.
I will
I'll
say,
help you.
Gail saw
Okay.
the small children and jumped out of my pack and is trying to play with the small children, so they seem
That's
trying to make them more comfortable.
Just
and guidance.
does Gail
Yes.
have a charisma? No, we won't roll. All the rolls.
No, she doesn't have a charisma. She just, I mean, she's the size of a house cat. And,
That's fair. So yeah, as she kind of prances around playing with them, at first they kind of like, they recoil a little bit at first, like, but then as she clearly means them no harm and is dancing around, they start to get into it a little bit. Like the little girl laughs. There's,
She's like, she's doing the toothless dance.
yeah. They start to laugh, and then it's one of those things where like that first laugh bubbles up, and they stop and see if it bothers her, and then seeing that, I'm assuming Gail doesn't get bothered by the little laugh, and then they immediately get more into it, and they're just kind of playing with her like you would a house cat, like
Gail grabs Raku and starts doing the tango with him.
So yeah. What'd you roll for investigation?
Natural 20 plus bonus for a total of 25.
Fine. Okay. You start gathering bits and pieces of, okay, yeah, this might work. Okay, this might work. You don't think you quite have enough to fix it yet, but you'd gather your one or two key either tools or components, mainly things that you wouldn't find in this, like very small springs. You'd need to either forge or make or in other ways find. I'd say you've probably found the tools necessary. Now the only problem is you need those, like I said, those tiny components, very fine springs and other things that allow Rose to function. However, those you can attempt to make on your own if you would like. It's all up to you guys.
So we found most of the parts, but we'll still need a little bit more.
That's all I've got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't.
It's fine. Is there any chance we could purchase these, or again, if you need anything, we can try and help?
I mean, if you could help us pull in the harvest, but that's. I don't know how long you want to stay.
Give me one moment. I'm gonna kind of pull everyone into a huddle.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't really like the idea of just, taking these, especially after they've been attacked. So does anyone happen to have any, gold or extra medical supplies that
If it makes you feel better, I don't care about taking them.
I have 12 silver.
Stormy has 7 gold. I can give him all my gold. I have no need for it.
I only have a little bit as well.
Alwyn didn't pay me.
You didn't get your allowance this week? That's a shame.
You would have asked for it beforehand.
Sorry, I had to run off for 2 seconds. Did I get asked something?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
We're still huddling.
Still huddling. Got it.
The Fool's Huddle.
How
They got
long do we
nothing
want
in
to?
their hands.
How long
There's
do we want
nobody
to
else
stay?
here that can use these tools. Taking them off their hands means nothing.
Well,
These people were
How
also
they're the
just
tools.
attacked.
I
Yeah. So are
feel
we.
like that's it.
What did she ask for in return?
Yes, she mentioned the harvest, but I imagine we're not going to be staying long enough to do that.
I mean, I don't want to stay. I'd be fine with giving them something since it's like a trade, but unless it's a quick task, I don't think it's a task.
Yeah.
there's 1, 2,
I'm not
3,
really
4,
seeing anyone
5,
who's
6 of us.
5.
You're 5, but I can summon a 6.
Just give her the 5 gold and call it a day.
Stormy, are you fine pitching in a few gold?
Yeah.
I can also pitch in what I have.
I put my whole 7 gold in the pile.
Perfect.
I put 2 of mine in. I'm sorry, we don't have much, but this is what we have, and I sadly can't stay too long. Would you accept this in return for some of these tools? And we're holding out 9 gold total.
Looks down at the 9 gold. Yes. Yes. Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry for your loss. Do any of you need any medical care or anything of the sort? Or are you all healthy?
No. Well, Marin, and you watch this little girl kind of move over, having been fairly, the children's at least mood having been fairly lifted by the presence of Gale. We'll walk over. Yeah, Mom? She hasn't stopped coughing. I mean, it's not constant, but I don't know if there's something you can do. Her lungs they won't work right. We don't have the money to pay for a fancy doctor.
Could I kind of give the kid a once over, try and figure out specifically what's
Yeah, sure. Make
causing the
a
problem before I do anything too crazy?
medicine check.
Guidance.
Thank you. 21.
Yeah, okay. So as you're doing your medicine check, you're checking up on this, checking up on that. You think she's got some kind of infection that's digging into her lungs, something along the lines of, anything from bronchitis to, I'm not the most familiar with all the lung-borne diseases, but something along those lines. Still in the early stages, but it is there.
I will cast Lesser Restoration.
So you sit down and concentrate for a moment and weave the signs and say the chant for Lesser Restoration, and her infection has been cleansed from her body.
You should be fine now. Just take it easy for a few days just in case.
looks down at your, like the glow that had come. The little girl's looking up in like shock and awe. She just goes, "Magic, mom!" And she starts like, despite the fact that her mom hasn't moved, is like banging on the side of her leg. She did magic. No, she did it. And the mom, almost in tears, just goes, "Thank you."
Of course. And I'll stand
Looks
up.
at looks at you, Ertos, because you were also very clearly doing magic. Because and goes, "Thank you too, sir. Thank you so much."
Oh, God. You're welcome.
Kind of sniffs. You are always welcome. If you ever need a place to stay or you're passing through, never be a stranger. Thank you.
Of course. And I'll stand up, and unless we need anything else here, figure we leave.
Alright. So, you guys have one of the things you will need to repair Rose. So, where are you headed now? Are you anywhere else you want to go in the village? Anything like that? What are you guys up to now?
Well, if there's nothing else that, like, if there's nowhere else that would look like it has anything, I mean,
It's mostly the same. Smaller huts. There's nothing. There is no clockwork gears and mesh here type of signs. No.
yeah.
I think I just see if anyone else needs any medical attention. I'll just go kind of like door to door, see if anyone needs anything like that, and if they don't.
Yeah,
anything else to
some
do.
minor, some minor stuff. Nothing that a very quick either. Yeah, for the most part, most of what you can do can be solved with, some bandages or stuff that you can get out of your medical kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the rest you can solve with your medical kit. There's nothing else that would require a spell or anything like that. You can get it done the mundane way, let's say.
Yeah, I'll
Unless
spend
you
some
wish
time
to use
doing
spell
that.
slots, that's
No,
also...
if I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. But I'll spend some
that's
time doing it in a mundane way.
Yeah.
While the party does whatever they want to do
Alright.
here.
So, anybody else got anything that they are eagerly looking to do in this town, or are y'all just gonna wait for Ilia to finish up and head on your way?
Pretty much just waiting, I guess, for sure.
Yeah, leave.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. As a note, Gale has become quite the hit with the neighborhood kids. Like several of them have all come out and are like, "No, look! I swear, look! It's a lizard!" Wow! Like just that kind of thing. It's
That's cute. Yeah, she's just playing hide and seek with the kids and just running around with them.
all right. But so yeah. I'll say it takes you about 20 minutes to bandage. Like I said, a few bandages, a few, very simple like antiseptics here and there, and you are good to go. The people in the village don't have anything else they could really have you do for them, so with a wave and a beckon and some very sincere thank yous, you guys are off and riding again. So, who wants to roll me an animal handling check, just to see in general how well your horses do, how they keep up, that kind of thing.
I mean,
I'll
metagaming it should be
roll.
Bird Boy, yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll the fuck. I'm Bird Boy now.
Yeah, you're Bird
You're
Boy.
gonna keep coming up with new nicknames for my character.
When you're a little older, you
Except
can be
for-
called Birdman.
Birdman. We already have a Birdman. He's haunting another one of our party
Oh,
members.
sorry. We'll call you
Bird
Bird Person.
person.
Bird person. Isn't that that sounds weirdly familiar?
It is.
Yes,
It's
it
Rick and
is.
Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and
Yeah,
Morty.
yeah. That is exactly what it is. Yep, because he turns into Phoenix person. Yes. Okay, I'm all on board now. Cool.
17.
17. Yeah, you guys. Nothing good happens with your horses. It's a smooth day of travel once you leave this very tiny village. You guys don't run into any more settlements or anything of that ilk. And as you guys are bedding down for the night, is there anything you guys want to do?
I'll do a quick once over of the campsite again.
Oh yeah, roll me a general perception check.
16.
Gotcha. So it is starting to get a bit more hilly at this point. Not much, but a bit. The trees are beginning to turn into more. They're beginning to shrink. There's less of those the massive trees of what you're familiar with, and a lot more bendy willows that wrap around very small. Shit, if my brain will work for me. These very bendy willows that wrap around very small trees and or very small creeks and ponds. But not quite the massive behemoths that you grew up under. But no other real signs of life. A couple of similar to what you just left, like 5 or 6 home villages are each a few miles away, and they appear to just kind of dot the landscape here. But nothing else besides that. No.
Okay.
Alright,
Make the
so-
dome, and Ilia just seems probably a little bit more frustrated than normal, but still makes the dome and just kind of sits there.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, you make the dome, and unless anybody has anything else they want to do specific tonight, that will be it for that day.
I think Stormy's not gonna try to call out Bird Person again tonight, so
Okay.
I wonder if he's still following you.
he probably is. But I feel like if I keep going out there, it's just gonna give him more opportunity to try to hurt the whole party.
Okay. So, yeah, as you guys get your long rest and wake up the next day, still just heading due west.
Assuming that there isn't, yeah, due west to the next town, I guess, if we see one.
Sure, yeah. There's several others. They're a bit more out of your way, but they're very similar to what you were at yesterday. Very small, thatched roofs, wooden, random, just wooden walls of slats, a couple log cabin type structures. For the most part, it's a pretty, very rural, out of the way, not a whole lot of anything type of homes, just farms. And yeah, there's a lot of those if you want to stop at any.
Mm, more than likely, I don't think that's effective.
Yeah.
Again, up to the group, but I guess we just keep going west.
All right. So, yeah. You guys keep heading west. You already rolled your animal handling check, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Yeah. Another day of heading west. Like I said, more tiny little towns that don't seem to have a whole lot going on other than bringing in their final harvest of the year, as it is slowly beginning to get colder. I'll say you do notice that's another thing you do notice is your as you're
Perception is
wandering
that it's
around
approaching winter.
is that it's starting to get colder. It's starting the season is starting to turn from fall to
Kairos
winter.
doesn't like the winter.
Fair enough.
Why?
It's a bad time.
What? Okay. This seems
You
okay.
elaborate, or
Yeah, enlighten us if you
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
And he's just gonna stare a little and not say much.
great? Okay.
Fucking bird boy. All right, let's keep going. I don't. Does
All right.
anybody have any idea how to? I mean, are we looking for? Are we going for a monastery? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I guess we try to get to the mountains, look for a monastery, and then head south down the
Do you want to find the monastery? I thought we
down to
were.
the spine.
trying to avoid the rest of Ilia's
Uh,
No,
family.
not that
the dragon
monastery. That
monastery.
monastery
Yeah,
is
not
far
her
away.
monastery. The ones
Oh.
that are like
We're
in here.
Mine
we're
is
going
literally
towards the
across
area
the
where-
mountains
We would have to
Yeah.
walk the ocean.
over the ocean.
Yeah.
And this is like where Mycelios monastery would be. Is up in the mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a religious monastery. These aren't necessarily religious. They're more
Monkey.
like monastic orders types
Yeah.
of monastery. All
I
right.
mean, it might be a decent place of refuge to find a monastery up here. Maybe.
Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I don't know. We can head north, but again, our Airtos, you said you want to
That
try
was
going
just
south,
we don't
right?
have to do that. It's just something we could consider if we don't want to be on this continent full of angry motherfuckers who hate us.
Who
So.
hate you and us
And you.
and me, but instead, it just, and no offense, just removes one of the people they're angry about, because then we head south, and they're angry at everyone but you.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but are you saying that I should try and defend all of my race?
No.
Because, like, I'm not against that idea. I just think that that's maybe a larger fish than I can catch, you know?
Yeah. No, I get you.
I
I
do
don't know.
think that we
Let's-
should stop, raiding and pillaging. But I think that is the first step, and then convincing other people not to murder us is the second step.
I mean, maybe there's a group of lizard folk who don't
There's got to be, right?
murder and pillage everything that lives
Yeah,
and
I haven't-
breathes. You
I haven't
don't,
seen
so clearly there
Airtos
must be someone
steal
else.
stuff, so-
There's no way I'm one of a kind, right? Like,
That'd be
But
pretty.
you are one
pretty
of a
weird.
kind. And I pat you on the back.
Ow.
It was a gentle pat.
So spiky.
All right,
Just
yeah.
a d6 of slashing damage for a pat on the back.
Matt, I don't know what trying to find one of those monasteries would do for us, but
I mean, that's where the dragons are. So if we want to find dragons, I mean, going to one of them sounds like a good idea. If we don't want to deal with dragons, we should probably not go to any of those. But
yeah.
we did talk
I mean,
about going to
heroes
the
always
dragons.
kill the dragons in the stories.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Gale
Same
hides
as
behind Stormy.
adventures.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as you
They
go
sure
traveling.
have. Kid, you've been reading way too many books. And not the
And
right
not the
ones.
good one. Yeah.
This is real life. This is not it. This is not a book. This is not a legend. This is not a fable. This is
This-
life.
This
You
isn't
want
a
to
fan.
understand why me and everybody treats you like a kid, even though you're not that much younger than
You
us?
say things like that.
It's because of the way you act. It's not how old you are. You're green. And not just your armor.
But not like the way I am, you know? Well, it's
You
more of a
don't know
blue, I guess.
anything about what's happening here. You're
Kratos,
fresh
let
in
me-
the
let me
world. You're
ask you
brand
a
new.
serious. Let me ask you a serious question. What is the furthest you have ever been away from home?
I went pretty deep into the forest one time.
That's you're still
Uh-huh.
in your forest, correct?
And question, is where we are right now the farthest you've ever been from your home?
Pretty much.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And that is why we are worried for your safety more than, well, at least I am worried for your safety more than anything.
Yeah, should you be with us? I'm actually feeling like this is an ethical dilemma now. Like, should we just be carrying this kid around with us into potentially getting murdered by association?
I mean, if he can fight, he can die.
If he wants
Wow.
to die, he can die.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Baron, do you need a hug, brother? Like you sound like you just need some affection up there, buddy.
There
Stormy,
needs
please
a lot
don't touch
more
me.
than a hug.
And you, especially, kid, don't touch me.
It's not like I offered.
I'm just laying down the groundwork here. All right, let's figure out whatever we're doing.
Ugh. All right. So The man said it. Where are you guys heading?
Say we keep making our way towards the mountains. See what we can find.
Try and get to the foot of the mountain, see what's
Yeah,
what's
see
around
what
it.
it's like.
You know, over the river and through the woods.
For all we know, a dragon will come right up to us and be like, "Yo, why are you here?"
Over the river and through the hood. I like
I was
that.
gonna
guy.
say.
Sorry.
Over the
I
river.
misspoke. Leave me
through the
alone.
hood, to the crack house we go.
Oh
It's the
man.
gangster version. Like I grew up in a city. There was never any forests.
All right.
Urban forest.
Yeah. Somebody who wants to roll me a d20?
I'll do
For
it.
what?
I haven't rolled anything.
What do you mean you don't know?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Stormy, roll good.
Or
I
bad.
got a 17.
That's good or bad, one of the two.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah,
The last
17.
time Glenn rolled a d20 for something like this, we ended up in a labyrinth for a god. So
Most of you
Yeah.
ended up in a labyrinth for a god.
I used the we as in
The royal we?
the group. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
royal
group
we.
mostly.
yeah. And my slow descent into madness began.
Well,
I'd
it's
say
up a
it's-
nosedive.
It
there.
began, yeah,
escalated,
that's
not
fair.
began.
It had
Real
already
in
begun.
with the badger.
I was about to say, let's be honest here. Did it ever was there ever really a start, or has it just been?
Oh, yeah, you know where the start was.
I know. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair. I know where the start was. I more meant in this. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know what
I know
sense.
what you mean.
All right. Shit, I completely lost my train of fucking thought.
Choo choo.
All right, so yeah, as you guys are wandering, it's been a few weeks now. You know, you guys make it about 2 or 3 weeks. You've made it about to where you are. This symbol is on the map, I'd say. It starts getting more hilly. It starts getting worse. Those little settlements that you've been seeing are getting less and less. Finally, as you guys are pulling up, you see one last settlement off to your left, big enough that you can see it pretty much. Like, you guys from the ground can almost see it. You can definitely see it. 4 large towers, not much of a wall to speak of, weirdly enough, just a very low, like maybe 4 or 5 foot stone wall, but 4 huge towers, each bristling with what appeared to be some sort of ballista, are sitting there. You can already see from this distance, one of them appears to have been struck and is like half caved in, leaning a little bit. It's in rough shape. And all of them, and like I said, you can see people bustling about through your hawk's eyes. This is a busy place.
Okay.
So, you guys can keep going, or you can stop, or you can do whatever. It's up to you.
Does anybody need anything besides the parts for the gun or Rose that we could possibly find in a bigger settlement, since this is a little bit bigger?
Besides tools, I mean,
But,
not that I have money to even get them, but
Ooh, I feel like the party could all use healing potions. Stormy is broke now, though.
Yeah,
we don't
with
have
what
money.
Yeah, we don't have something called money.
True.
I mean,
We
I
do have a
can make potions technically, but I don't have the money to even get the little bit of components I need to do it.
yeah, you do have a rogue that excels in cheating at card games.
Then go. Sounds like you need to go
The
gamble.
one settlement without a casino.
Oh,
Damn
yeah,
the
for sure.
luck.
We abstain
Surely
from
you can
drink
find a
and
back
gamble.
alley.
We abstain. Yeah. No. So, yeah, you guys are heading in.
I think we should.
Yeah,
I believe we are.
All right. So, as you guys begin walking up, you can see as it gets clearer and clearer. Exactly, as I said, the low to the ground wall appears to be very roughly made. Some basic mortar and bricks, but for the most part, it's kind of just. It feels odd how poorly this is put together. Like, for the most part, cities and establishments that you've found in the Tyranny have all actually had very good defenses built, if there have been. Either they're there or they're not. There's usually not this in between that you're now seeing. As you guys further approach, you see a pair of you see the guards don't seem to have a whole lot of in the ways of armor. They're mostly just carrying these massive crossbows, big, heavy crossbows. One of which kind of lazily just doesn't level it at you, but just kind of swings it so it's more pointed in your direction. Old up there. What kind of business brings you to a place like this?
Business. We're looking to buy
Right.
some supplies.
To be fair, we don't even know what this place is. We just are traveling.
You say that? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, it's been a couple weeks, so Airtos, your seeming has.
I was wondering.
I'll give him a. By now, I would have had the time as we started to approach.
Yes,
I'll give
it's
him the disguise self card.
Cool.
Okay.
And then
So, yeah.
I will cast invisible. Well, I can't do that because we each have a horse. Fuck.
Yep.
We just have some random horse following us.
Yeah, I mean, we could just have the horse stay. I don't know. I don't know what the best.
try to
Is there
make invisible.
stables? Well, I could actually. Can I just tell the horses to wait for us?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I thought we rode them up to the gate. Unless we want to stick them in the tree line, but I feel like if
That's
we
a good way
need
to get
them,
them
we're
stolen.
gonna need to. Yeah, and if we need them for a speedy escape, it'd probably be better to have them
Yeah,
close
probably
by.
better
We should
to
probably keep all of our stuff
keep
and
our horses.
creatures
Yeah.
on us, or with us, or
Yes.
near us in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, 100%.
All right. Yeah,
Okey-dokey.
sure. I will. Fuck. Yeah,
Wow,
I'll
on
give him the
horse?
disguise self, and then I don't know what to do. I could cast invisibility on him, if you guys think that
I'll
would be
just-
beneficial.
I just think the disguise self should.
Yeah, I'll
be
just use the
enough.
card.
It'll last an hour.
Well, that'll give us enough time to either get the hell out of here, or I'll hide in an alley or a closet.
All right.
Or both. A closet in an alley.
That's perfect.
I'll sit in and out. All right. So yeah.
Closed in.
Anyways, yeah, it stands. You said what was your play again? Business.
We're looking to buy some supplies.
Because we're traveling. But
And
Stormy-
Stormy said we don't even know what this place is.
Oh yeah. Kind of look back and forth at each other. Where are you traveling to?
Into the mountains.
Once again, just kind of look at each other. Well, your funeral. Swing open the gates.
Head on in.
So you head on in. You see there are, like I said, other than those 4 large stone towers, there's a lot of other, all made of this same like river stones, cemented together as best of they could quality. There's no real refined brick, nothing like that. And as you're looking around, you see there's all sorts of people here. A lot of the more rougher varieties, I will say, are represented. Some what appear to be a few half-orcs, all dressed kind of similarly in very tribal garb, kind of glaring you down as they're congregated around, around a doorway. From another, you see just a bunch of very rough, weary people wearing these cloaks of what appear to be some sort of scales, with the edges singed and burned as they kind of look you over.
Quick question, Traveler.
But yeah, sure.
Do the scales look, dare I say, similar to anyone that might be in our party?
No,
Okay.
not
Alright.
those scales.
Okay.
no.
Wait. It just makes
That would be
Lizard
very
tail?
concerning.
Yeah.
They just walk around wearing lizard folk skin.
I mean,
We would
Not out of
probably
the
want to
question,
turn
honestly.
away at that rate.
No. Not those kinds of scales.
This is like the last bastion before the mountains, so it's safe to assume those are dragon scales.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or fish. Mountain fish.
Or snakes.
The first we see somebody that looks. We need to ask for some type of direction.
Are there any like guards inside, like roaming?
Sorry?
Like anybody that is there anybody that looks like maybe like a town guard, like roaming inside the city, or are they just outside?
Not
of the gates?
really. I'll say the closest you see is you do see some set of uniformity wearing that general the flaming the blue flame in the eye of the Soulfire Tyranny military. There's a few of them wandering around, but they seem to be kind of mostly around the 3 towers that are not cracked and leaning at the moment.
Okay.
If I see someone there, I guess I'll trot over on the horse.
Say something.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a smithy or a general store of some type.
You're asking the soldiers this?
Yeah.
Just kind of, they'll all look up at you. Well, we've got, Blathers about 2 streets that way if you're looking for a smithy. If you're looking for more just general goods, I don't know. What, food, clothing, which one are you in the market for?
Both food and clothing. We're gonna need some cold weather gear, and then
Alright.
other types of supplies.
Yeah, Air Just, you got that right. Blathers. Looks up, just kind of looks you guys up and down. Well, alright. For some good cold weather stuff, you're gonna go. Oh, is that a thing from?
Yeah,
thing from Animal
that
Crossing?
owl is called Blathers. That's why I said the. Sorry.
Got it. No, all good. I was just confused. I
So
just saw
please
someone
tell
go.
me that
"Eek!"
Blathers
I was
is an
like, wait, what?
owl.
He is now. But yeah. So they all. So yeah. They'll direct you to. They'll direct you to a fur trapper's place who can sell you some warm cloaks and coats type of situations. So yeah.
All right, thank you.
They can, yeah.
I appreciate it. And my first stop, I guess, is over to Blathers.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Quit it.
you walk, and you can kind of see. It's one of the only structures that looks a bit smoother, almost oddly smooth. It almost looks more like clay. Like there's still river stones and stuff, but it almost looks like somebody like molded it like clay into a single structure. This home, and you do see a fire. You can see a fire burning inside from a kind of unknown source. You do see a fire burning in there as you pull up, and you can see, there's no sign that says Blathers, but there's a universal sign outside where it's literally just a hammer and an anvil hanging outside.
I'll walk on in, or I'll tie up my horse. If is there a place to tie my horse?
There's a place nearby you can tie up your horse.
I will do so, and I will head on in.
Sure. As you walk in, you look left, you look right, and you see a small figure who seems to almost be on fire, sitting in one corner of the room. Actively, you look as he's like hand shaping what appears to be a pauldron, like a bit of armor, as he's hand shaping it back into place. Weird, rough skin, almost like craggy black. Like if you've ever seen, when lava's like not quite hard, but it's not quite soft either, where it's got that black crust but burning on the inside.
Yeah.
He's got that going on his, where it's like black on the arms, then at the elbows and joints it's cracked, and you can see the fire burning through as he's using his thumb to heat and then slowly reshape this pauldron. What do you want?
Hello. I need some repairs on a piece of equipment I've got. Small, intricate work. We've got some of the pieces. I'm looking for like a tinker's tool set. Either of you can help, or if I can rent out the tools and use it, it'd be greatly appreciated.
How can I know for your help or any situation?
Excuse me. Huh?
You can't understand your dialect.
You fucking heard me. No, he said, how am I supposed to know if I can help if I can't see the piece?
I will pull out Rose and show it to him.
Kind of like holds out one burning hand.
And I'll give it to him.
Grabs it, starts looking it over. A little bit too much wood. String for my liking. What do you need for it? Do you need pieces? Well, what kind of pieces do you need?
I need pieces to fix it.
No shit, Sherlock. What kind of pieces do you need to fix it?
This guy's my favorite already.
Would I know what exact pieces I would need, Traveler?
Yeah, like I said, so yeah, I would say Ilia can help you out too as you guys were looking it over. It's mostly just small little springs and pinions to hold the mechanisms and the mostly the tiny little internal arms that give this thing such tension in place. To be able to fire it and yet not have visible, you know what I mean? Not have actual limbs. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Is this not working? Awesome. How much do you think it'll run me?
I don't know. I don't need to do stuff like that. I might have to call in a favor. I furiously look something up real quick. Stop that. Not now, iPhone.
iPhone, no.
iPhone, no.
Step iPhone, no.
D&D Beyond, work faster, please.
That stepbrother got me.
Come on, pull it up. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a price. Crossbow hand. Okay.
Alternatively, could we like do a thing for you as like a trade?
Turns his eyes at you, and as you guys like meet and look in his eyes, you realize there's no actual like pupils or really. There's no actually like eyeballs. You realize his eyes are just pits filled with this weird, it's that same fiery light and magma. Jobs. Do we look like any jobs done?
I mean, I don't know what side hustles you got going on. If you need help with those, it was just a thought. Never mind.
Well, I mean, no, hold on. You're the one who asked. Now, if you think you're big enough and man enough, I am. You know, some of the rough skins out there, specifically the Gerg brothers, have been needing some new fire coats. If you think you're man enough to go hunt the drakes for me, well then by all means. If you can give me some drake skins, deal's yours. Otherwise, this is looking like 110 probably gold pieces.
Question, Traveler. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. You also wouldn't happen to have any ammunition for firearms here, would you?
What kind of firearms we talking?
This one. And I'll pull out the pistol.
What in the sham? And he'll grab it from you and start like flip open the cylinder, run his hands. I got only things I got is for black powder firearms, musket balls and the like. I ain't got nothing that'll fit this new Franco machine. Snaps it shut and hands it back to you.
All right. Perfect.
Stormy chimes in. He goes, "So, how many drakes would you need for us to dispatch and bring you materials from to call it even?
5. I'd need 5 to complete their fire coats.
Okay.
And what's well, Kairos gonna be like, what's the reward?
This.
He just
No,
I'll fix the damn thing.
How long would it take you to fix it?
Shoot, give me probably a day, 2 maybe.
I'm on table. 120 gold for 5 drakes? Am I crazy in thinking that's a pretty steep price?
I can pay for
well,
it.
not exactly an even. Like, he's not saying that that's how much gold the drakes are worth. He's saying, if it's gold, it's this much gold. Or you could do this task for me. So clearly the gold's a better idea, or like a better deal. But we don't have the gold, I don't think.
Because death isn't imminent with the gold.
I do.
You have 120 gold?
I do.
Where'd you get it?
I took it off
Did-
of what's his name's body.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. He had 150 gold.
He did.
Yo.
I mean, I'm down to go hunting.
I'm down to go hunting after this is fixed.
It's fair.
All right. Does he have any armor up on display or anything like that in the shop?
Yeah, there's a lot of armor. It's mostly thick hide as opposed to full plates, because in a climate like this, in a place such as this, you don't want to be heavy. You want to be maneuverable and warm. So there's no plate, but there is some hide. There's some thicker leathers, and then there's some like half plate that's clearly been like it's like half plate over a lot of fur and stuff, that kind of deal.
So, would there be like anything like I could put, since I can't take my armor off? Is there anything I could see that would like go over my armor that could possibly help me stay warmer?
Have we
I
removed
mean,
the curse on that armor?
Technically,
No.
you can take it off, but it comes back on immediately. So you could take off the chest piece, put on a warm shirt, and then the armor would go back on.
No, remember, it's not that it goes back on, it's that you take off one
Of the buckles,
strap, and
yeah.
then you, like, go to unbuckle another one, and it's like, oh shit, that one's actually not unbuckled.
You
Yeah.
you actually can't take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Actually,
keeps
Um,
reattaching itself.
No, not here, no.
Okay.
maybe at the fur guy, we can give you a
Yeah.
fur upgrade.
Just go out to a stable and start shoving hay inside of it. Just
Alright. So,
And he said 120, Traveler?
120. Yep.
110.
I don't think this guy's gonna haggle, but
Make
good on
sure.
ya.
Sure will. That's not bad. Okay. Persuasion. 21.
Okay, kind of looks at you. Alright, dear hero.
Alright.
Motions for it.
I hand him Rose and 110 gold.
Takes both of them. Alright, give me 2 days.
Alright.
do you have anything that maybe my friend could use in the stead, so maybe we can also do the hunting for you? Maybe a small hand crossbow or something.
Well, we don't really do small here. We hunting too big of things for that. I got. And he reaches, and you see he like walks over behind a counter where he'd been at like his metalworking station. He goes over behind the counter and starts pulling out what appear to be black powder weapons, mostly just like long muskets, is what he does. These work best for us. I got some heavier crossbows up here. We don't exactly shoot small things.
I'll sure, I'll try my hand at a musket.
All right. It's another 150 gold pieces.
Guess I'll wait.
Alright then.
Is there any
Well-
kind of deal we could work out if it is returned to you in the condition that it's given to us?
You said you're going out into the mountains to hunt?
I mean, you asked for hides, did you not?
Yeah, but kind of looks back and forth. There ain't nothing out there that can guarantee that you'll come back in the same condition if you're going out there for a hunt. So no.
It's fine, Stormy. We can wait a day. We've been out in the woods for 2 weeks. Least we can do is spend a little bit of time in a city.
This is why I always have backups, and I start like gesturing to all the weapons I've got on me.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But eventually, that pistol will be a backup, I hope. But I'll figure that out when the day comes to it. Alright, I'll be back in 2 days.
Yeah, sure we will. That was ways off.
I will leave.
Okay, yeah. You guys walk out of the store.
The rest of the group. Alright, so Rose should be fixed 2 days. There
Which
was a
Rose?
secondary job that he offered about killing 5 drakes in the mountains, I'm assuming.
Drakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kid, you wanted to be a dragon killer, huh? Well, sounds like it might be an opportunity for it if you'd like it, but...
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah, sure. Regardless, if we are going up into the mountains, we might need some more warm clothes. I can manage pretty well with what I've got right now. Maybe a little bit of an extra fur layer on the inside. Change of boots, but...
I'm gonna need a cloak or something. I'm used to the tropics, so I'm gonna need something.
yeah, and
I
you're
am-
covered in leaves, so...
I'm quite literally cold-blooded, so I definitely need a coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on how cold it is.
I hope you whispered that because the wrong person hears that, we're screwed.
It's a joke.
Okay, just checking.
I don't look like I'm cold-blooded, so
It's
it
not...
would, it would make no
it's-
sense.
It's not quite to the point where you're gonna have to worry about freezing, but give it about 2 or 3 weeks and a couple hundred more feet in elevation, and that's when you're gonna be talking. I'll say.
Okay, so we're not gonna have like this exhaustion from traveling from not having enough insulation
Not
for these next 2 days.
Not yet.
Okay, that's what I was thinking you were meaning when you were like, it's really cold out here.
That's
No,
probably
like
for the
it's
mountains.
getting cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
when we
Not
get to the
quite
mountains, it's
cold,
probably like
cold.
that.
Sorry,
these
no,
hills.
that's on me. I should have been more specific.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You're still in the you're still in the hills. Bit.
We're not Everest levels yet. Got it.
All right. So
I guess we find somewhere that we can sleep. I mean, at least somewhere we can put our horses while we're not just carrying them around town, pretty much.
You're gonna have enough. Well, I guess we do have enough.
Definitely. That and stopping to get some fur is probably
Mm-hmm.
advisable.
So then, I guess Stormy would. Hey, Airtos, you want to go over to the fur trader and see if we can't get some cloaks?
I would love to be in a room where if this disguise goes away, I am not out in the open where people will see me.
How long has it
That's
been? Yeah,
fair.
Traveler.
it's been about half an hour, I'll say so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sticking with Airtos.
Okay.
And the moment, because I have probably the feeling for, even though I didn't cast
Yeah.
the spell, I have a feeling for how long it lasts because it is
That's
my
fair.
spell. And as it's getting close, I'm going to cast invisibility onto Airtos. So just let me know when that happens.
Sure,
When we
yeah.
need to do that.
Alright. So you guys are headed towards the fur trader.
Yeah.
So I'll be going with them, I guess.
let's say we all go. I don't think there's any reason
Yeah.
to
There's,
split up.
yeah, there's no reason
Yeah.
to split up yet.
Say someone should stay with the horses. I nominate the child.
I do nominate the
Take
child
the
as well.
horses.
I
I'm
feel
saying outside
there
the fur
is an
trader.
unfair hatred for the child that keeps everyone alive. But I will
Not
stay
a
with
hatred.
horses.
You just have you're
But
a
I-
druid and you
but I
can
will
speak to the horses and say, "Hey, don't run off. Stay here. Stay with me." That was a metagaming thing.
Both canonically and mechanic wise, it is advisable you stay with the horses.
Yeah, mechanically is what Stormy was going for, just
Besides,
without
I'm probably
saying
the
it.
only one not being hunted by by some evil entity.
Yeah,
That you know.
Exactly.
Again, as
you're
far
the
as we
least
know,
assuming out of all of us
Like
too
I
to just be
said, you
posted
just
outside
wait
of a
until
building.
you run into that marmot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the marmot. It's not a marmot?
I
thought
don't
it was
know,
a
man.
squirrel.
It's gonna
Changes
change.
It's
every
actually a
time.
sloth.
It's gonna-
It's gonna be
It's taking
something,
a very
and you're
long
not
time
gonna
to
know
get
what
to
it's
you.
gonna be.
It's gonna be the evil owl.
All right. So, yeah, you guys walk. It's only about a 5-minute walk. This place isn't huge. Yeah, you get to it. You can already see hides being tanned, a bunch of like bones just kind of chilling, some skulls, some antlers, then just like rib cages and spines, all just kind of hanging out in a pile off to one side, and a very large, thick-set woman whistling as she's running a knife along the inside of a hide.
Excuse me. I have a.
What can I do you for?
Just wondering if we could inquire about some cloaks. We're going to be traveling up near and up the mountain and need something for warm travel.
Sure,
Nothing
sure. How many are you needing, and how long will you be needing them for?
How long are we renting them?
Or not how long, sorry. How many are you needing, and how cold will you be getting with them? Sorry, I just realized. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I thought she was trying to be funny. Of what? 4, I guess. 5 cloaks.
All right. And how? She starts like she walks in. She walks deeper into her shop and like pulls aside a curtain, and you can see just like I said, just cloaks, coats, jackets, just hanging off of these racks. Well, let me get your measurements here. Come on now, don't worry.
Unfortunately, the armor won't come off, so you'll have to measure around the armor.
That is fancy, is it? Some sort of magical spell, I see? She like knocks on the chest piece. Ding ding. Careful
I
with the
can only
spikes, of course,
assume.
but
Yeah.
well, that is interesting, isn't it? All right. It's over. He starts grabs there's no actual measuring tape. It's just a cord, a length of cord. She starts wrapping around you. All right. Well, it'll be cut full of holes in a minute, but you can use this one. And she grabs it. If that don't come off, them blades will be doing quite a number on this here cloak.
If anything, it might make it harder for it to fall off.
Quick
All
question.
right.
Exactly, how much are we looking for 4 or 5 cloaks? Just big,
4 or 5 cloak.
over the top poncho like, just something to keep warm.
40 gold pieces probably.
All right.
High quality fur like this doesn't come for free, young man.
That's fine.
Since mine's going to get tore up, it doesn't have to be as good a quality, just warm.
I'll give you that. I can bump you down to probably 36 if I use something a bit cheaper for you.
Yeah, as long as I'm not going to freeze to death, since it's going to get tore up anyway.
I think I can make something that will stop that. Come along. And she starts, like I said, she takes everybody's measurements, gets a vague measure. She doesn't need, exact. It's mostly just like, hey, how wide are you around the shoulders? How wide are you around the neck? Those are the 2 big ones that she measures. Goes through everybody, starts taking them off racks. You do notice yours, Stormy, is significantly, like, a little older. There's a couple bits where the hair is falling off the fur, but it's still warm. And, yeah. As long as you will hand her over 35 gold, she will make you that trade.
I will.
Alright, yeah. So you guys walk out of there with new, fresh fur coats. As you guys are walking out, I'll say Airtos now is about the time that you're
Just sort of
this
like
guy's
start
stuff is- yes.
start slapping
This is-
Baron's like shoulder, like hey.
All right. And I will cast invisibility on Airtos.
Alright, you are now invisible.
Did you
Sir?
happen to bring a cloak for heroes?
Elbow
Yeah, I
got
got
charged
4 to
for
5.
one, so
I did think of you, kid. I'll let you die by yourself, but I'm not gonna listen to you complain about being cold. That's worse than you dying.
Yeah, if you're gonna be with us, we're not gonna just let you get hurt.
I mean, I will, but you'll be real annoying if you're just complaining about being cold and bitching. So I fight my battles how I want. I will hand
Part
out
of
the
this.
cloaks,
they-
but
do they-
I'll
do
keep
they
I'll
call
keep
this-
Airtos's because well
he's invisible.
He's
yeah.
invisible.
I think
no, it's
if I put it on, it would
Yeah,
it would
if
oh
he
yeah
puts it
yeah
on.
you can put it on first yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
floating for like half a second.
Yeah.
Loading cloak.
You all, yeah. You all get becloaked.
Be cloaked.
Becloaked? I think that, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually
sure.
a word, but I'm
Probably
rolling
now.
with it at this point.
It is now.
Probably, exactly as I'd say. Is it? I don't know. What I'm just gonna roll with it. So, anything else, or is that all you guys got going on in this town? For now.
Aside from some
We
food,
still haven't found an inn or
Yeah.
somewhere to get food.
I mean, if y'all are comfortable about, I mean, we do have some rations. Like I said, I got 5 gold left. Technically, we can push that a little because, well, Airtos is obscured. So
We can also always just go outside of town. Ilia's got her dome she can set up for us.
yeah, no offense. I'd really like to stay in a bed for like a night or 2, if possible. Do we see anything that might look like an inn, Traveler?
So you definitely notice a couple taverns, couple, places where people appear to be drinking. As for whether they have rooms, you're not certain. Nothing that necessarily looks like a traditional inn.
All right, go in and take a look, I guess.
Yeah, you walk in, you see roaring fire in one corner, big old pot of stew bubbling over it, a bar, a very rough bar, just a plank of wood thrown on top of more of the same, like I said, river stones with some mortar in between them. You do see at least one door does lead out of there. Does lead it into somewhere in the back. Now, as to whether that's a cellar or something like that, you're not sure.
Go up to the barkeep, I guess. Hello?
Hey,
You got any rooms?
I mean, I got a room.
What's it cost tonight?
Got a silver.
Perfect.
All right. Sure. I'll flick him a silver. Fuck it.
Yeah, no. As you hand him a silver, it's will hand you. He won't even hand you a key. He just walks over to the back and opens up a door for you.
It's a storage room.
And well, I was about to say, you see behind it a small fireplace in the corner, and what is essentially 2 bunk beds, so there's only 4 mattresses. Old what appear to be just straw-filled sacks that can pass for mattresses, and they are like maybe 3 feet apart. This is a tiny room.
I call the floor. My spikes will just tear up the beds anyway.
That's a smart call, Stormy.
Who's Glenn?
I didn't get it all the way out.
Who's
I caught
Glenn?
myself.
Who's Glenn?
Glit. How are we looking? What time of the day is it, Travler?
So I'll say it's getting into the 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It's getting a bit on, but it's not quite nighttime yet. If y'all have anything else you want to do.
I mean, it's up to y'all. Get some food here. Can't be that expensive. And then,
Yeah, that stew smells good.
yeah, get some stew. And, call it an early night. Just relax for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while
Yeah,
since we've been able to put our feet up.
Yeah.
Maybe we could take the time to try to get to know Cryos a little bit more. And I kind of like side-eye Cryos. Just
Yeah,
I wave back.
sure.
he's going to be traveling with us. We might as well get to know him a little bit.
All right.
Stew. Airtos, you want some stew?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'll head back out.
Oh, wait, here. I'll give you 5 silver.
All right. Thanks. I'll head back over to the innkeep.
Yeah.
Can I get... Hmm. 5 bowls of stew?
Got 5 copper.
Yeah.
Sure.
Here's the silver. I'll come back for seconds.
All right. Just
Think
tucks
Gale
into his
needs a
dirty
bowl.
apron. Tucks into his dirty apron, hands you a ladle and 5 bowls.
That's fine.
This is actually dude's house. He just doesn't want to turn us away.
Okay.
No,
One
there
is
are like
morning.
there's a couple tables and like a couple dudes sitting and drinking. This is a bar,
Okay.
but like
I will... I'll, as I'm ladling, I'll, like, just message over to Stormy. Can you come out here? Maybe bring the kid with you? I need some hands for these bowls of soup.
Of course, on my way. And I pat Cryos. I'm like, hey, better need some help. Let's go.
And I'll go and help.
cool. Yeah, you guys
I'll
head
grab-
out.
Get the stew.
Get yourself some bowls of stew.
Then bring them back. I'll, at least for this one, I'll eat in the room with Airtos.
Yeah.
And then if y'all
I
want,
was
we do have seconds. It's paid for. So if you like the stew, go get the stew. If you don't like the stew, give your bowl to somebody else that does like the stew.
Oh, as you say that, Stormy immediately grabs another one and ladles it out for Gale so she can eat.
All right.
And Rathu. I get one for Rathu too.
All right. Well, there goes.
Ilia was just going to share with Rathu.
Cryos is small. He
And now
doesn't
he
need two
has the
bowls.
bowl.
Yeah.
Cryos doesn't need 2 bowls. He doesn't need seconds. He's small.
Keep in mind, I am still a giant race.
I know. I was just giving you
I
a hard
know.
time.
It doesn't matter.
He's a growing boy.
Yeah, he's a grown boy, but yeah.
It's okay.
So yeah,
All right, Gale and
it's-
Storm or Gale and Rathu will share a bowl then. How about that? And then,
Okay.
so I'm only getting my second is going to the.
You got
animals.
enough, and if you want some more stew, just give him some copper.
it is certainly food. It is like a bone broth
Food.
with some hearty like potatoes, green beans, some very small like white corn kernels.
Someone
All
checked in the
mixed in
dish.
with some like how do I put this? this very like stringy meat. Like you'll bite into it and strands of it will peel off, almost like string cheese, but it's meat.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that's it.
But it's
that's the
not
consistency.
That's
bad.
That's
horrible.
the
It's not
texture.
bad.
I
It's
felt
not-
that
it's-
texture
Is
in
it
my
is
mouth.
it good
So that
though?
was-
Is it good?
I mean, it's fairly bland, but it's not horrible.
It's food.
It's
eating it.
food.
If
Exactly.
your stew is edible, that's a good stew.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look.
So we're all just
dictionary of this-
are we all eating in this tiny room?
That's up to you
Yes.
guys. There are
It sounds like
tables
we are.
outside.
I was
Because
gonna
I was
say,
also gonna eat in the room.
There's a pair
Same.
of round tables outside. One is
Well-
occupied by a pair of dudes just nursing ale. If you want to take the other, you are free to.
I'll go.
Stormy was gonna eat in the room because he was gonna feed Gale and didn't want, a dragon sitting at the table where these
That's-
people kill drakes.
Probably.
I will go out then. We don't need this many people in here. It'll get stuffy,
Oh,
and it's already going.
Too bad Stormy was propped up against the door and is sitting on the floor because there's not enough mattresses.
I am on the top bunk, facing the wall, eating.
Stormy, if you
You should
would
do that.
mind, can you move, please?
You gonna be okay out there by yourself?
I think I can manage. At least I'm telling you I'm leaving this time.
That is an
As
improvement.
much as you.
That is an indeed improvement.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Checks list improvement.
As I leave the room. I'll tell you if I see that bird out there.
Oh, that's just. That's a low blow.
Well, after he leaves, as much as he leaves us alone, leaves without us and makes plans without speaking to us, he's awfully salty that I did it one time.
He holds grudges.
Clearly.
Yeah.
All right.
He seems
While
very
I'm out there,
cranky.
Traveler, and for the rest of the night, I would like to read my study up on Draconic this time, because I think it is going to be topical.
Sure. Yeah. Make a. Yeah. Make a general intelligence check.
During the night, I also want to try talking to Gale, and then get really frustrated with the fact that it's just not where you're like, why doesn't this lizard understand me? Like I'm having an existential crisis.
I think that's
Do you
fair
know what a
because, as
dragon
far as
is?
you know, every animal you've come across, you've been able to speak with.
Yeah,
So it would be
I've
kind of
never-
weird that you
There's
can't
never
talk to
been
Gale.
someone I couldn't speak to. I spoke to the birds, to the lizards, to
That's
the
And
fair.
Gale
moles,
just looks like a
to
lizard,
every
right?
person.
Right now?
Yeah, he just
Now.
looks
Yeah,
like a
as
lizard.
of right
He
now,
He
like
looks like
I
a
mean,
lizard and a bird.
yeah,
How doesn't I?
Yeah, she's very small. I don't think she has wings yet because
Yeah.
she doesn't even have a flight speed or anything yet. So she does just look like a large lizard, but I'm sure she has like some
Understand
draconic
me.
features.
Yeah.
15,
There's some
Traveler.
dracon. 15. Okay. You get about another 4 or 5 hours of draconic down.
Cool.
I'm not. I have long since lost track of how
I
many.
am keeping track.
Okay. How many more hours do you need until you're proficient?
Over 100.
Hey, that's not bad. It starts
You're
at
almost
5,
there.
so yeah.
Yeah. Halfway on. I was already halfway on Gnomish, and I'm down 10 on Gnomish, and we've only got 115 more to go for Draconic.
All right. So, yeah, you guys get a long rest in. Well, sorry. Is there anything else you guys want to do before like night?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
No.
Looks like
Okay.
not.
So, you guys all drift off to sleep. You guys get your nice long rest in, and yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call this episode. Bit of a more slow-paced traveling type deal as opposed
Yeah.
to
So
you know.
We did
I found a
that.
picture of what I think Gale. It looks like just she's blue and very small. Like she still has some draconic features, but she's more or less a lizard.
And I am deeply confused as to why I cannot communicate with Gale. Still to this moment.
Ah, that's adorable.
I was like, oh, that
Gale's
is
just a little
100%
cutie
Gale, just not red.
Yeah. Well, she also doesn't have wings. She can't because she can't fly. So she's
That's
probably got
fair.
little like nubbins.
Yeah, because when next level she gets bigger and can fly, just can't fly with me.
With you,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
So
that
yeah,
makes
she's
sense.
got little nubbins. She just can't quite fly yet. All right. So, most important question: did everybody have fun?
Yup.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Did
Good.
you have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, I had
Actually,
a great
wait.
time, as always.
Wait. Shouldn't you next level be able to mount your Drake? Or what's your size?
I'm medium. Yeah, it's next
Then yeah,
level,
you
but
can.
she just can't fly.
Yeah.
The Drake, I can't fly with her
Oh, you
until
can't
level
fly.
17.
Okay, you can
Like,
ride
she
it, but you
can,
can't fly.
but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Fun.
All right.
All
Fun,
good.
fun.
Tons of fun.
Is Drew gonna get his new gun? That's the
Or-
big if.
Or is it gonna get stolen?
I'm sure no one in the party would ever steal your stuff, Drew.
No one would ever do that.
I would never steal the gun.
Hey, Eratos, I need to ask you a favor.
Oh my god. Oh my
gun-
god.
The gun is safe until Varen starts going, I'm gonna use this gun to kill all of us, including myself. Like, alright.
Oh, okay, at that point, I think we need to do more than just steal it.
We need to have a nice little
Have
conversation.
you ever seen those memes where it's like XYZ series if somebody had a gun, and then it's like 2
yeah.
inches of doing the main quest, and then the rest of it is just taking the gun away from.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the most important one I think is like the Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like if Sokka had a gun, killing the Fire Lord like 2 inches, getting the gun from Sokka like the whole book.
Yeah.
I've seen that for Inosuke from Demon Slayer as well,
Yes.
which I think is super
Yes,
accurate.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
So, glad everybody had fun. For those of you listening, hope you all had a good time listening to us. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying listening a lot right now. Apparently.
Traveler, did we get the
we're
name of the
listening.
city?
No, nobody ever stopped to ask.
We didn't ask.
Oh, great.
We're at the place.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing, the place, the stuff.
I'll find out later. We can
I'm
ask
sure.
tomorrow. All right. Yeah.
Well,
You
thank
make
you
Hope
it
everybody
happen,
enjoyed.
right?
Yeah.
And
yeah. All right.
we'll see you guys
Did you have
next
fun, Trav?
week. Oh yeah, we did. He did. Right?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah, we did.
I always have fun.
Yeah.
I always have
Everybody
fun.
laughed.
Excuse me.
Always had fun. Yeah.
Always have fun. All right.
All right.
Wow.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Oh.
Bye.